It's Friday night and it's time for high school football in Cincinnati. We are here to take you around the Queen City with exciting red zone action from all the top games. This is Friday Football Live. Hello everyone, I'm Dimitri Fishich. I'm at Hamilton High School today covering this matchup between two longtime rivals as the Big Blue will be facing off against the Middletown Middies. I'll have live updates from this game and video from this game as well as every other game in the Greater Miami Conference. Colton Smith is at Roger Bacon High School covering the Miami Valley Conference. Andy Edwards is covering the Greater Catholic League. Ben Miller is covering the River City Crosstown Showdown between Newport Central Catholic and Newport. Ben Burdett is at Cooper High School covering Northern Kentucky, and Emily Sisk is covering Southeastern Indiana. Now it's time to sit back and relax and enjoy some exciting Friday football action, some exciting red zone action as we send you back to the Friday Football Live Command Center where Alex Perez will take you the rest of the way. Alex?
Welcome to Week 8 of Friday Football Live. I'm Alex Perez, filling in for Matt Sexton, and we've got you covered for a perfect fall night of high school football. We'll be starting at the pit as Elder host Riverdale Baptist here on Friday Football Live.
Foul penalty on the Crusaders. With the ball on the 32-yard line, first and 10, Panthers.
Second week in a row, didn't go Elder's way last week for a different result this week. First and 10, they'll mark it at the 32-yard line of Riverdale Baptist. The Panthers opening drive started at the 30, and now 35-yard line rather. And they will continue. They're down to the 32. Wide receiver make that two down to the left, two to the right side for Elder. Empty backfield for Estep. Back at the 37. Now steps to the right, throws it. The pass incomplete. And good defense.
Good defense, pass intended for Christopher Bank was incomplete.
Good play there by Jackson.
Covers on the play by Jackson Small. Second and 10.
University of Buffalo. That's the key. You're hearing that word a lot. 18 Division I recruits on this Baptist squad. And Elder doesn't have the star power matchup, especially using their two Division I guys. Find a way to grid this one out. Second and 10 from the 32-yard line. Two wide receivers.
I got there. I'm sort of already down by like the 10.
Step back at his 37-yard line rather. Now rolls to the right, throws the thing that is complete. Gets to the 28-yard line.
Estep's pass complete to Joey Thaman. Tackled by Elton Nino Hicks.
Head pharmacist John Rosart invites you to try the extra special services that a compounding pharmacy offers. Rosart Pharmacy, 45 South Miami.
Ball spot at 27. Makes it third and 5 after a 5-yard gain.
Elder football. Third and 5 now from the Panthers at the 27-yard line of Riverdale Baptist. 8 minutes and 25 seconds in the opening quarter. There is no score. Panthers on their first drive. They've got Thaman in the backfield. They go in motion. Now looking is Estep. He's got it on. Now coming to blitz. He finds the football. It goes the other way. It's going to be Riverdale Baptist. They have it at the 42-yard line.
It is recovered by number 44, Ezekiel Cabbage.
Cabbage and Freddie Cabbage also has a couple of offers. Penn State.
First and 10, Crusaders.
Power to great pickup and a rough play for Estep.
At 41 yard.
Just two carries of the ball, especially as you're going to the ground.
Attention fans, this is my first number by stopping by one of our concession stands. Concessions are available at the stadium for register or in game needs. We have Chick-fil-A available on Fieldhouse, Kilgore Booth, a roast pizza truck also available at the stadium. Leaf Home Grills on Party Horseshoe Way. Restaurants will be found both at the stadium.
To the left side. Kitchens with one of those guys. It is Kitchens. Kitchens gets it to the 45. And he's out to the 47-yard line.
Jeff Carter's pass is complete to Matosis. Tackle on the play by Joey DeTulio. At the 47-yard line, it's a 6-yard gain. Second and 4.
When they want to throw, they have two Division I receivers and they toss them on the outside. They're very dangerous. We'll set up now. We've got first and 10 at the 41-yard line. Second and 4 at the 47-yard line. Now setting up down to give them the middle. And that's going to be inside with 50 right down.
Tariq Denson on the carry.
See where they get it there.
Followed by Matthew Gallagher. Field the territory at the 46-yard line. First and 10 Crusaders.
Trying to get here, first and 10. They'll mark it at the 46-yard line. Setting up with 7 minutes and 15 seconds left. Now the quarterback pass throws it out and is incomplete. Intended for Kitchens. And that was incomplete.
And a really nice job by Derek Durant. Got the throw in his hands and took Kitchens' eyes off the ball and was able to force a drop. Give Elders a little bit of breathing.
Sets up now with a second down. They'll mark it at the 46-yard line. Second down and 10. 7:08 to play. In the opening quarter, there is no score. You've got 2 wide receivers off to the right side and 3 to the left. Empty backfield for the motion to the left side. Now the give up the middle. That's going to be quarterback keeper. 40, 35. We got to the
Carter receiving. Tackled by Derek Urant.
So good game for Riverdale Baptist.
Just enough for the Crusaders now to be first and 10.
They were going to give it the running back on the inside, but decided to keep it on the read option. A really nice game, another first down.
Third down and 1. Actually, gets the first down. First and 10 at the 46. 2 wide receivers now. They go in motion. They go 2 to the left side. Shotgun set up for Carter.
Intercepted by Derek Urant.
That throw looked like he had a receiver open, but Derek Durant was hiding in the linebacker position.
One on each side, and now the Elder Panthers with the Derek Urant interception will now set up shop with a first and 10 at the Riverdale Baptist 20-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the left side and 1 make that 2 to the right. Empty backfield for Estep. Estep setting up, looking to his right, throwing to his right. Complete, no, incomplete to Thaman. He had a chance there. Kelsey Chevrolet is your West Side full-service Chevy dealership and proud supporter of Elder Sports on the radio. Now at Kelsey Chevrolet Limited, it's got lifetime powertrain protection. See Walt Kelsey or Paul Cluxton at Kelsey Chevrolet, Route 50 in Lawrenceburg, or KelseyChev.com. That's lifetime protection, lifetime powertrain protection.
The second interception of the year for Derek Durant. Remember, he had that one up in Cleveland against St. Ed's that he took back for a touchdown. This one, unable to bring it back for a touchdown, but a really nice return. Elders off, as you mentioned, back in business looking for their first score.
Second and 10 from the 20-yard line. 2 wide receivers off to the right side and 1 to the left in Christopher Path. They go in motion with Thaman. The fake to Thaman, the throw to the right, complete to Meyer, 15 to the 10. He's down to the 7-yard line. Gain of 13 and a first down for the Panthers.
And a really nice block by Jackson Ruth on the outside. Caden Estep had to get that thing out hot to his hot receiver, and Trenton Meyer. Blitz came on the weak side. Really nice composure by Caden Estep to deliver on time, on target, and the blocking by Jackson Ruth downfield gets Elder inside the 10.
First and goal for the Panthers at the 8-yard line. They set up shop. Panthers looking now, they've got Will again, number 31. He's off to the right side as a receiver. They line up with 3 wide receivers to the left side. They've got Roth and they've got Ross and Ruth. And now looking, and now it's Restep throws it into the ground, and he was hit Roth. He was throwing it, so it'll be second down and goal coming up.
And you're going to see it all night long. Cortez Harris living in the backfield of Elder, and he is just a game wrecker. Term's a little overused at this point in today's football landscape, but going to Penn State next year, he is a force on that defensive line.
Just a shout out here. We were talking earlier with the assistant head coach, Andre Cates, a defensive coordinator, former Raven player. He said that there's a watch party at a Dave & Buster's in D.C. 150 people are sitting and watching the game. So enjoy the game. Sorry that you have to be listening to the Elder broadcast, but hope you enjoy the show. Here we got 2 wide receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Shotgun setup. It's Estep looking to the right in the end zone. It is incomplete. It was in the back of the end zone, but Estep took a hit. So we got a penalty. I don't know if that was unnecessary roughness or see where they mark it. I thought they marked it in the right around the 13-yard line.
That was kind of an intentional throwaway. It looks like it's going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer call on Riverdale Baptist. So Elder kind of gets bailed out right there, but a 3rd and long turns into a 2nd and short. Really nice break for Elder.
So, yeah, the 5:42 left here in the opening quarter. There is no score. Both teams have turned the ball over.
Sorry about those audio issues, folks. The people at Elder are working through those right now. So I will just talk over this for the moment. We will be getting you out to some other action as soon as this drive ends. But right now we want to see how this drive ends for Elder, as they have just, they're trying to capitalize off an interception. They are coming out of the huddle now. And they are just a couple yards away from the end zone. And there's a snap, and he is tackled in the backfield. So Elder going the wrong way on that one. And it is third down now, so a couple more tries for Elder here. And again, we are experiencing some audio issues with Elder, so I will give you all a little play-by-play. And we have a little pitch out to the sideline, and it looks like he gets in for the touchdown. Elder goes up early. And we will await the extra point, but it is now 6-0. Elder over Riverdale. All right, as this extra point comes, we have a highlight ready for you from Dimitri Fizich, who is at the Hamilton game. So we will have that for you in just a moment. The kick is up, and it is good. So Elder leads 7-0 in this first quarter. And we are ready for this highlight now. Looks like Middletown drops back to pass, and it is picked off by Hamilton. And they will take it the distance for the pick six and the early lead for Hamilton. Big thanks to Dimitri for that great highlight. And we're going to get you out to some GCL co-ed action where Fenwick is at McNick here on Friday Football Live.
Three before he's finally brought down by Herberling.
Yeah, just a nice last-minute tackle there to save from the touchdown, but the Rockets threatening at this point.
Boy, Tobin punished the would-be tackler there in Herberling.
The ball's on the 3-yard line, first and goal Rockets.
Tobin, a senior, mainly known for his defense, but he gets a pass reception there, just his second of the season, 5th of his career. They'll hand off to Nauman, and he will walk in the end zone for a Rockets touchdown. 3-yard touchdown run for Caleb Nauman, and the Rockets strike first with 4:16 left to go in the first quarter.
And that's the exact type of running we're used to seeing from Caleb Nauman, just getting a hole from his offensive line and just able to charge through. He ran downhill.
Gonna bring up Raleigh Gabriel to attempt the extra point. We saw him last week record his 200th point of his varsity career. That has spanned 4 seasons. Make it 201 as it is up and it is good. And with 4:16 left to go in the first quarter, the Rockets possess the ball for the first time and they score. They lead it over Fenwick 7-0 here on the McNicholas Broadcasting Network.
And the early lead is taken there, and we are going to get you out to LaSalle for the first time tonight, where they're playing St. X here on Friday Football Live.
Maybe this has a lot to do with the ineptitude that the Bombers had on offense last week. Without a touchdown, they fall 7-3, and maybe that's why Coach Specht has made the change at quarterback. Not saying that we're not going to see Chase Herbstreit at some point, but we haven't seen him yet.
Just got to watch as the game develops, though.
Vollmer in the shotgun, 1st and 10 at the 18. Fakes the pitch, looking back, and he fires out incomplete, threw it behind Britt as Caleb Lang was draped all over Vollmer, and Vollmer's lucky he got rid of that because Caleb Lang almost brought him down.
Caleb Lang, from what I've heard, another player that's brought himself up since the start of this season, actually was listed as the backup to Markel McConnor at the defensive end. But
we see them rotate. Yeah, we see them rotate a lot. This Lancer defense needs to bow its back. You don't want to, this is not a team you want to play from behind against. If we remember last year, Lancers jumped out to a 10-0 lead over at St. X. The Bombers roared back and beat the Lancers 24-13.
Vollmer in the shotgun.
Shotgun, he's going to take off. Can he get around the corner? It's a foot race, and man, oh man, did he show great speed. Boy, it looked like that play was going nowhere. And he was able to outrun the edge of that Lancer defense before Cyree Smothers throws him out of bounds, but he gets 9 yards where it looked like they're going to have him in the backfield.
I mean, but you got to remember his background as a bit of a running back, and he does a little bit of wide receiver as well, has about 189 receiving yards to his name, does a little bit of everything, and wasn't surprised to see him take that far outside route that we do see players like Ty Brown on our team do a lot, that far outside route, using speed to his advantage, and he just manages to make it work there.
3rd and 1 at the 9 for the Bombers. Under 3 to play in this first quarter. We were scoreless. Vollmer straight up the middle. He's got a first down as he gets down to the 7. Or are they going to say he didn't get it? Wow, he did not get a good spot. I thought he had enough for a first down. They're going to say he's just short.
Yeah, they say he's 3rd and 1 to be exact.
4th, and are they now going to give him
first and 10? Actually, that's the. I guess like they're still moving it around right as we speak, and
so they finally did roll it a first down. Boy, they took forever to do that.
That's what I mean. Like they have or at least they were just taking a bit to get it out. Like
because we initially thought it was easily a first down, and then where they put it down, I thought, well, maybe they're just a bit short, but it's 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Vollmer in at quarterback. Junior Daniel Britt is the running back next to him, the 2 juniors in the backfield for the Bombers. Vollmer rushes to the side, and he's going to be brought down
by
Zach
number
Gates.
7, Zach Gates.
That great play by Gates. Kind of surprised he didn't pitch it.
Really?
He pitches it, and Britt's got an angle to get around it.
Not really, but you do also have to remember he is a very run-first quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe unlike Herbstreit, he doesn't have the mentality in his head that, okay, maybe dishing it out, throwing it out of bounds to maybe save a few yards.
Or just pitching it to your running back. And when you don't get a whole lot of reps at that quarterback position, sometimes that can become an issue. 2nd and goal, it's now back at the 11-yard line. We see number 88, Hayden Shamsi, in at wide receiver along with Taylor. We'll see if the Bombers are willing to put it up. Back to passes, Vollmer, rolling. He's running with it.
Bates chasing him down. Can't get him down, though, and there
will be pushed out of bounds inside the 5, and I tell you what, he is looking to run at all times. He sees his first receivers covered. He puts his head down. He's running with the ball. Vollmer now has already carried the ball 8 times in this first quarter for 33 yards. It is now 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. And you got to think, unless they got another play like they did to the tight end, you got to think they're going to keep this on the ground as well. 2 receiver sets.
Same position we've seen him go plenty of times before this game.
Vollmer in the shotgun. Looking, back to pass, fires out to Britt. It's caught. There is a flag. I think we're going to get offensive pass interference. I think Walker interfered with the Lancers in that end zone. And that's what we're going to get. We're going to get offensive pass interference, and the Lancers are going to take that penalty because it would have been 4th and goal at the 1.
I mean, you just got to love to see it there. We've talked about how penalties have been the problem for the Lancers, but that one, a major deficit there, bringing them back almost 20 yards from what I've seen here. And really, it's like you can't have that penalty at a more clutch time.
That's gonna bring that back out to, I believe that's a 15-yard penalty on offensive pass interference. And it is a 15-yard penalty, which will bring it out to the 19-yard line, 3rd and goal from the 19. And they're keeping Daniel Vollmer in. You would think you would bring your passing quarterback into the game at this point. They are not.
I don't know. They've definitely got something planned for Vollmer. Maybe wouldn't be even surprised to see him go more into the next half as well.
3 receivers set. Vollmer back to pass. They were looking to set up a screen. The Lancers took that away. Now coming across, hitting Matthew Horst, and he's going to get it down to the 11-yard line. But a great job. You can see they were setting up for a screen. The Lancers took that away. Vollmer just kept backpedaling and did find his tight end going across the field.
Yeah, you had Caleb Lang on the chase down there, really forcing him to just go for that pass there, and he manages to make it work, and they'll be down at around the 11-yard line.
4th and goal. And I think the Bombers are going to allow this first quarter to come to an end, and they will make a decision. I have a feeling they'll be lining up the kick, but hey, I've been wrong with the quarterback, so we will find out. We are through one quarter here at Lancer Stadium. It's the Lancers and the Bombers scoreless here.
All right, we have hit the quarter break there, so we will get you the update on that field goal attempt coming up. But for now, we're going to get you out to some GMC action, where Lakota East leads by 8, but Sycamore is driving here on Friday Football Live.
Now they've got to get that in check. 2nd down and 5. Handoff to Meadows, and he is swallowed up there. Good play by the East D-line.
That time, not letting them go anywhere. Fired up, trying to stop Sycamore from scoring. And if they're able to hold him to a field goal, I don't even think Sycamore's in field goal range from here. Their kicker has not been spectacular on the year. He's just 1 for 2 on field goals, and he's only 6 for 7 on extra points.
Yeah, they don't have that kicker that some of those GMC teams have, like West. So they've got to punch it in here. 3rd down and 6. Big chance for East to stop them from scoring points on what's been a good drive. Fakes the handoff to the left. Levi Simpson trying to find someone. Pressure coming, and it hits the ground. Nick Branham couldn't haul it in, and it's 4th down and 8. Let's see what Sycamore does here in the first quarter.
I'm not surprised. Offense is still standing out on the field. You're not in field goal range from here. And you got to just try to move the ball at all. You've had some success throwing the football, obviously not there, but you're able to have a huge pass play earlier. Try and cook up something like that again.
Yeah, and that's something that Levi Simpson wants to work on, his completion percentage. Like we mentioned earlier, less than 50%, and that's never a recipe for success. They've got to hone that in. Sycamore, the team that has punted the most in the GMC, they've got 32 punts on the year. And Levi Simpson, the quarterback, is also their punter. But they are close enough to go for it. 4th down and 7. And a timeout called by Sycamore before that play. We'll step away for just a second.
All right, a little break here, so we're going to get you out to some more action. We're going to take you to Winton Woods, where they lead by 6 against West Claremont here on Friday Football Live.
He jumped a hair early. That was... I have a feeling the pass was going to him. That's why he was leaving early.
Rashawn Brown back there, got Zeke. Pistol with him. Trips to the right.
You know, I noticed a couple people are in the pink thing tonight. Is this a thing for cancer tonight, maybe? Some of the
More
players
likely,
are wearing.
It seems like.
Because you see the wide receiver wearing it, and a couple of the players
pink,
are. Yeah.
Which is a cause dear to my heart, too. From when I lost my mom to the ravages. The clock. Okay.
Wouldn't the clock have to be reset because it can't run off of a dead ball foul, right? Or does it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the words. Man in motion. There's a snap, give inside. Zeke runs around a would-be tackler.
He does not
runs
go down.
Through a tackler. Runs past tackler. Zeke gets his ball way down. Looks like to the 11, 12-yard line where it'll be First down for
The
the
strategy doesn't seem too difficult. Just hand the ball off to number 21.
Yeah.
He had a heck of a first quarter.
Yeah, and he's picking his game up as the season has progressed. You know, he's picking his game right up.
What year is he?
Junior.
Sophomore. He's a sophomore.
Sophomore.
He's got to be on the recruiters' radars. Another holding penalty. Oh, my goodness.
Holding penalty, 10.2 seconds on the clock. 1st and 10, they're calling it. Warriors got to
Looked like it might have been a block in the back there, not a hold. Was it needed?
The clock is running, and that's going to do it for the first quarter play here from Frederick
right
Stadium.
there. Was he calling it on the guy right next to the running back there?
Whatever.
All right, we have hit a quarter break here, so we're going to show you a highlight from our own Colton Smith, where the Eagles strike. Number 5, Braden Mitchum, runs it in for the touchdown to give the Eagles an early 7-0 lead in the first quarter. Thank you, Colton, for that highlight. And we have it now as Coleraine is taking on Mason here on Friday Football Live. Okay, so a small lead for Mason there as the quarter draws to an end. We're going to get you back to Lakota East, where they are playing Sycamore, and they have a lead in plus territory.
I still get a little nervous when he's running down the field and not sliding. Really don't want him to get hurt, especially not before the West game, but big run there, wide open hole to run through.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if he gets a talking to from John Kitten on the sideline. Make sure he slides. Obviously, that injury ended his season early last year. Doesn't want that to happen again. Nonetheless, what a run by JT Kitna to get them the first down, and it's 1st and goal from the 5. In the shotgun, handoff to Chauncey Peck, and he's got room on the right side, and he's tripped up. A big tackle there made by the linebacker, Brady Egan. And a rare stop for the Sycamore defense against this run team.
Well, that was a great tackle from Brady Egan. Chauncey Pegg normally is able to hit that edge and just walk in for a touchdown, but got caught up to there. At least it's not a loss of too big, just a loss of 3.
So it's 2nd and goal now after the first down play didn't go anywhere. Kitna steps back, fires one to Zion Neal on the left side, and he is going to take it in for his first touchdown of the night. Zion Neal starts off hot here as well.
Like I said earlier, had the drop pass. Next time he touches the ball, it's a touchdown. And that's what you get when you have at least it's not a loss of too big, just a loss of 3.
So it's 2nd and goal now after the first down play didn't go anywhere. Kitna steps back, fires one to Zion Neal on the left side, and he is going to take it in for his first touchdown of the night. And our first successful replay of Lakota's broadcasting history. Might not have been much, but for us, it's a lot as Fitzstevens makes the extra point, and East goes up 15-0 early, and they have been dominant so far.
Yeah, well, I would have talked during that replay, but I was just so astonished that it actually...
And Lakota East increases their lead. We figured out the audio issues. Apologies for those. So we're going to get you back out to the Coleraine and Mason game here on Friday Football Live.
So expect a lot of running.
Danielson again almost broke one.
Danielson is tripped up on the play by Javion Hendricks.
Wrapped up by Javion Hendricks, the senior.
At the Comet 32-yard line.
As Coleraine near the red zone, We've seen this game, Comets gamble, go for it on 4th down. Couldn't get the push at the 50-yard line, gave great field position to Colerain here early in the second quarter. Colerain with a great opportunity to tie and or take the lead. Danielson again. Danielson finds a crease in this Comet defense. And again, Hayden Danielson dominant in this second drive of the game. A huge run for 0.
Comets defense need to find an answer for this kid. Big, strong kid. Able to just run through everybody. Broke a couple tackles there. We need to be able to tackle him.
In Trevor high school football, he's listed as a middle linebacker, but 6'2", 220. How are you not going to put him in the backfield?
Absolutely big, strong kid.
Sean Billups.
Legal shift.
Legal shift. They're on Colerain. It'll be on James Johnson, the senior, 6'3", at wideout. This will be a 1st and 15 here for Colerain. 2 big runs has ignited the drive for the Colerain Cardinals. Haven't had many leads this year, but when they did have those leads last week, it was in that first half against Lakota East. Pretty much led that whole first half of play. Just under 10 minutes here. The first half, Danielson trying to get to the outside. Comets do a better job here.
Okay, we'll get you back to this game as soon as we can, but for now we're going to get you to the pit where Riverdale is driving as they take on Elder here on Friday Football Live.
They've got 2 wide receivers now to the right, make that 3, including Jaden Kitchens to the right side, 1 to the left. They've got Cobb in the backfield with Cash, and now setting up. It's the quarterback's going to keep it, throw it across the middle. It's complete. Kitchen, 20, 15, and he's down to the 10, the 5, into the end zone. Let's see if he stepped out of bounds around the 10-yard line. Otherwise, that's a touchdown.
It's going to be a touchdown and a really nice play by Kitchens, and looks like we have some laundry on the field near side, but that is just remarkable talent out of Kitchens right there. Cooper Sandus came out of nowhere and just drilled him. You didn't even see him, and Kitchens was able to bounce off the tackle like it never even happened and end up in the end zone.
There's a flag right at the 16-yard line to the right side of the field. See if they pick it up. They've got 2 over there. So this one is coming back. This will be on Riverdale Baptist. So that is a big break for the Panthers. That was a touchdown.
Yeah, it looked like it was a legal man downfield, far side official. Yep, that's what they're going to call. And like you mentioned, advantageous for Elder for sure.
Yeah, they set up. So they'll mark the football right on the 32-yard line.
This is what I mentioned, Len. When a penalty arises, Elder's got to jump on this opportunity. Got bailed out right there as a touchdown was scored on that play. Have to take advantage of this opportunity.
2nd down and 12 at the 32-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left side. And now with 9:43 left, Cash looking. He's got time. Another flag down. And the give to Kitchens, and he gets to about the 31-yard line. Not much doing there. So just to update on the Coldwell Banker scoreboard, it was Cleveland St. Ignatius and Moeller. Pardon me. Moeller 7-0 on that speak there. And St. X with a 3-0 lead over LaSalle. Lakota West 7, Oak Hills 0, and Princeton on top of Fairfield 14-7. That's your call.
And a big penalty there pushes Riverdale backwards. So we're going to get you out to a highlight from our own Andy Edwards. He's at the McNick game, and they get in for another easy score as they increase their lead in the first quarter. And we're going to get you back to the Colerain and Mason game here on Friday Football Live.
So definitely a guy they're not too comfortable with. But here on 4th and 23, I mean, you're in between getting 23 yards on one play, giving it to a kicker hasn't attempted to kick 20 yards to this, or punting it.
I think here you just kind of keep your offense on the field, see if you can get something, maybe a little broken play. It looks like Coleraine will just take the timeout.
Trevor, even if Coleraine gets 10, gets 15, and don't get the touchdown, Mason will still take over inside the 10, inside the 15. If that's the case, it'll be Colerane's second timeout in this first half of play. Mason has 2 timeouts remaining. 7:20 left in the first half of play.
Yeah, and our score update here. Fairfield Indians at Princeton taking on the Princeton Vikings. 14-all in the second.
And a timeout here. So we're going to get you to another highlight from our own Dimitri Fizich, where Hamilton runs it in. A 1-yard run by Grayson Goldsmith puts the Blue up 2 scores, 14-0, and they continue to increase their lead. And for now, we're going to get you back out to some more action here on Friday Football Live.
Johnny Vasquez will attempt a field goal. His long this year is 25. Only has 2 attempts on the season. This one will be from about 38, 39 yards. Billups with the hold. The kick is up.
No good.
It is no good. Pulled right. Kind of a bad situation to be in if you're Coleraine. Had the ball down at the 6-yard line, 5-yard line, but just so many penalties break the drive for Coleraine and ends in nothing.
Yeah, again, heartbreaking there for Coleraine, but the Comet offense gets the ball back at about the 20-yard line. This is the chance to capitalize here for the Comets. You get the ball back at 20. You got 7:16 remaining. Take it down the field, score. Take up the rest of the second quarter. Take it into halftime with a 10-point lead, and then come out of halftime.
All right, and the timeout here, so we're going to jump back out to our friends at Waycross, where Winton Woods has a 6-0 lead, just about midfield here on Friday Football Live.
Here's the handoff. Zeke.
Getting a little bit.
No gain on the play.
He's starting to get a little bit better on the defensive line with West Carmine. He only got about a yard or 2 there. Maybe not. I actually didn't get anything.
Yeah, I mean, the defensive line in the interior, they don't seem like the issue for West Claremont. I think the way it looks to me that the Warriors are at the stage of the season where they don't want to put too much on film for future opponents.
I think they're better if they go wide. If they go wide, they're in good shape.
Zeke runs through the hole, cuts in and out, and he's all the way down to looks like the 35, 33-yard line.
Looks to me if they get the ball out to the edge, they got the speed that West Carmine can tackle them on the edge.
Yep.
Up the middle they might be able to, but wide they don't have the foot speed. Nice block there.
And,
no hold, no block on the back. Well done.
Here's a give to Garrett.
Oh, look
once
at that.
again.
Deke
Makes
right
a
there.
nice jump cut. And
51 thought he had the tackle, and then all of a sudden he was tackling air.
Yep.
Yeah, if you watch this replay, right there, cut back on him. But a nice job by 22, holding that to a 3-yard gain.
So here we are, the Warriors offense addressing this 2nd and 7.
Different back there this time. Oh, that's a nice ball fake. See if you can make a...
Nice.
There you go.
pickup.
Oh, they called that a... Boy, that looked pretty light to me. I saw what they're calling, but that wasn't much of a... I didn't see very much there. It looks like he was going to, and then he looks like he laid off of it.
Huh.
I don't know about that one. They call it out on the edge here. Watch this. They called it right. He called it right there. I don't see that.
But that again, that's when these officials only have eyes for the Warriors.
He called that right there, but that's not, no. That's really picky. Yeah, that's, we start calling that, we have a penalty on every play, which is almost what we've had so far.
3 minutes, straight drop. Makes a shovel pass inside. He runs around guys, and he's
There you
down
go,
there.
almost to first down.
Near first down yardage.
As I said, at this point, the strategy for one was be, don't engage in blocks. If you're in a position or questionable blocks.
Here's the Warriors, 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line of the Wolves. Throws this ball left flat, it's caught.
Nice block. First down. Oh, no, that was first down before. My bad.
Nice
Second down.
pickup. Nice pickup, though.
Starting to mix up the play calling a little bit, throwing it out in the flat.
Yes.
That's good strategy.
That's Donnie Rogers Jr. on that grab.
I was thinking Jamar Chase.
Man, we're at a ball game here. We ain't talking about that guy. I told you I was a Steelers fan.
Oh.
Here's the give to Zeke. Nothing there. He steps around, but he's still.
If I recall, Johnny Rogers, he didn't play in the NFL. He played up in Canada. And he put big numbers in up there, but for some reason, I still remember that run years ago against, what was it, against Oklahoma?
You're
it was
going
on Thanksgiving
way back.
Day. That's going that's going back to like the early 70s. Almost black and white TV back then. At least for half of us.
Yeah, so there's a minute 23 left to go in the half. 3rd down and 2.
Timeout here, so we're going to go to a highlight from our own Ben Burdett. He is at the Cooper game. And they are here at kickoff, and it looks like it starts with some pretty high-flying action as Cooper takes it the length of the field for the kick 6. And the early score for Cooper to put them up 7-0 as he says peace out to the Scott defense. And celebrates with his team after that exciting start. And now we're going to get you back to Winton Woods and West Claremont here on Friday Football Live.
1:23 left. I'm sure the Warriors would like to score. One of the key times to score is right before halftime.
Based on what the offense has been doing, you would think they'd be up more than 6-0 at this point, but the penalties have been a killer.
That's right. And they can't do this against some of these opponents they're about to face.
Yeah.
Straight drop. Brown makes one guy miss, makes 2 guys miss, throw the ball. It's slapped.
That's intentional. If it crosses the line of scrimmage, is that okay?
But there's no flags on the field. So it looks like the Warriors are going to send Brian Knighton, number 92, out here to attempt a field goal. 1:16 left in the half. This ball's on the 14-yard line, so it's going to be like about a, 31-yard field goal attempt.
I'm kind of surprised on 4th and 2 they would be kicking it.
Well, see, they need to give their kicker some kind of work, too.
Yeah. On 4th and 2, though?
The timeout call looks like the West Claremont Wolves want to ice this guy.
To me, they're going to give Winton Woods the idea of going for it now. I wouldn't have called the penalty if I was West Claremont.
I think Winton Woods knows that they need this kicker, and he needs to have a couple of good kicks under his belt. Hopefully they won't need him later on, but it's better to have him sitting there knowing that he can do something if called upon.
I still think 4th and 2, I'd be running the ball. But I understand what you're saying.
And a timeout here right before the field goal, so we're going to get you out to another Andy Edwards highlight. where Fenwick says not so fast after McNick got the big 14-0 lead. They get it in, and they have some talking to do as they punch it into the end zone. And now we're going to get you back out to this field goal try by Winton Woods. They lead early on, and they're coming out of the timeout now.
Well, the way they started, I thought they were going to put up big numbers in this first half, and maybe they would have.
Are ready to kick it.
Then these penalties started happening.
See, they changed their mind. West Claremont calls the timeout, and Winton Woods is going for it. I would not have called that timeout if I was West Claremont.
Well, you're psychic, Ian.
Because I don't see them. They did stop them.
Yeah, and then they stopped them. It was more important for that kicker to get a shot at a kick than that.
Huh. Somebody got in on blocks. Somebody missed some blocks there. They were all over that.
They were all over it.
Maybe you were right. Maybe should have kicked it.
I mean, this guy, when you have a good team.
Apologies about that. It looks like they just went for it on 4th down, but were unable to get it. So we're going to get you out to another Ben Burdett highlight. He's at the Cooper game, and they are able to take a 14-0 lead off this play, and they have a big 14-0 lead against Scott in the first quarter here on Friday Football Live. And now
tries to find some room and finds a hole up the middle before he gets blasted there by Zion Neal, who's in on defense on that play. Does he have enough for the first down? I think he's just short. 3rd down and 1. And they'll hurry up to the line. They want to convert here in the red zone. Put points up here in the first half.
Yeah, well, despite Trey Meadows doing it all right now, you got to expect him to get tired as this game goes on. He can't keep doing this. So this drive, he's had an amazing drive, but later, farther down in the game, just not something you're probably going to see.
Handoff to Nick Branham. He fights to the goal line, and he's in the end zone. So Sycamore, for the first time since the Oak Hills game, gets points on the board, and it's 21-6 here with 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
Well, this drive was dead all the way back in their territory until Trey Meadows made an unbelievable couple of catches, but way to capitalize off that and put points on the board.
Man, Sycamore looked like a different team on that drive. Credit to Levi Simpson, too, for staying up when pressure came, and he was able just to sling it out to Trey Meadows. And then Nick Branham finished off the drive with a strong run up the middle. The extra point there is up. It was almost blocked. And it's no good. Hard to see from up here. Nicholas Schnell, he's 6 for 7 on extra points on the year, and now he's 6 for 8. So unlucky for Sycamore. They only get 6 points on the drive.
And Sycamore able to show some life here in the second quarter as they get on the board. And we are going to get you back out to the pit.
Unbelievable.
Playing Riverdale.
And the thing about it, in the 5 games,
Live.
he's only played 16 quarters. He hasn't even played entire games and half the games. And
silly numbers.
Yeah, and single-handedly almost that game against Oregon for Boise State. And now the Comets up 17-0 with 4:11 remaining. And last week, this was the final points for the Comets. Now we're in this first half, and they're already at that point mark.
And Colerain now with 5 guys within 10 yards on this kickoff.
Apologies for those audio issues. We're going to get you out to the
You get McNick to jump offside and
here on Friday
did.
Football Live.
Jack Mayer was almost in the neutral zone, but it wasn't called. Fenwick will go ahead and call the second timeout and more than likely punt it away when they come back from this timeout.
Yeah, and Mayer's been showing that type of pressure all night. He's kind of lunging at the line, but he's able to hold himself up for the most part. The only time he wasn't able to hold himself was already a false start on the Falcons anyway. So,
as Dave Lapham would say, he's holding the water. So it'll be 4th and 5. Continues to be 4th and 5 here with 2.
It's like they knew we were coming. They called a timeout right as we came to the game, but we're going to get you back out to Elder and Riverdale here on Friday Football Live.
The second half as they won the toss and elected to defer.
Regardless, Elder's going to need a score here. Get up 2 possessions, as you mentioned. Riverdale Bap's going to get the ball coming out of half.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line for the Panthers. Thaman to the left side of Estep. 2 wide receivers to the right side. Thaman sets up back at his 25 and now rolls to the right, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Paff, but he just threw it away.
Yeah, it was another one of those intentional throwaways for Caden Eastep. And what I mean by that is he's standing in the pocket, so he can't fully just decide he's going to throw the ball away. He has to throw it in the vicinity of a receiver. Did right there, and lucky enough to get it far enough out of bounds. It wasn't a chance for it to get picked.
2:15 remaining in the second quarter. Panthers with the lead, 7-0. It's a second down and 10 at the Riverdale Baptist 19-yard line. Willig to the right side, one to the left side, and now setting now with Uran to the right side. Uran's got the 3 wide receivers, and now we're going to get another timeout for the Elder Panthers with 2:15 to go. 7-0 Elder on top. Holding Realty is proud to bring you Elder Panther football the next time you're selling your home or looking for a new one. Call one of these Elder grads and Holding team members, Brian Baisley, Steve Florian, Rick Holding, Tim Obermeyer, Doug Rolfus, Mike Rolfus, or Mike Wright. Call Holding Realtors for all of your real estate needs at 451-4800 or visit them on the web at holding.com. 2:15 remaining, and Panthers a little bit of a confusion there for Derek Uran.
It was, and obviously defensive player starting out and getting him some snaps on offense is tough. Obviously trying to teach him the offense midway through the season, but he's been an asset for Elder in the offensive side of the ball, just unable to line up correctly there. Elder, not the worst case scenario, as they weren't really going to use those 2 timeouts they had anyway. And Elder just decides to burn right there and gives himself the chance not to take a delay game penalty.
Yeah, so now they'll set up with a second down and 10 at the 19-yard line. Panthers really needing a score here. They're leading 7-0, but you don't want to come away empty here. Willig lines up to the left side as a receiver. They go now with Ruth to the left side as well as a receiver. Thaman goes to the right in motion, and now here comes the blitz, but Eastep picks it up. It's Uran, and inside the 20 catches it to about the 19, but there's a flag down at the 21-yard line. This may be coming back.
You mentioned it might be coming back, but I really don't know what the call is. Looks like Riverdale Baptist is upset. This might be going against them.
They got a face mask right at the thing. So that it's usually where you see a hold, but that is a break, a face mask penalty. So now Panthers get a break.
We will get you right back here to the pit, but for now, Colton Smith has a highlight for us from the Roger Bacon game that he is covering. And they are down 7-0 here. And a nice catch from Landon Murphy. One of 2 nice catches that he had on that drive to make the score 7-6. Cincinnati Hills here on Friday Football Live.
2:05 to go.
And now, if Elder wants to play conservative, they could just run this thing up the middle, try to pick up that half a yard for a first down. But if they want to take a shot here, you can, because you have 3rd and 4th down. You can pick up that first down.
So it's 2nd down and 1, right around, you mentioned, 9.5. They've marked it officially at the 10. 2 wide receivers to the left. Thaman in the backfield. The give to Thaman. Thaman's going to get the first down and more, and he gets to about the 7 before he's taken down. Panthers have a 1st and goal now.
And that feels like the right move for Elder, because now you give yourself a chance to chew this clock. Don't give Riverdale Baptist a chance to get the ball back, or give them limited time when they do get the ball back if you score here.
1:45 to go in the second quarter. Coming up at halftime, it's the Red River Gorge Cabin Rental halftime report with the guys, Mark Bengal, Steve Bengal, and Tom Kenny. The whole crew is back this week, the best show in the business. It'll be a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the right side. Eastep has an empty backfield. He's got Willig as a tight end to the left, and now looking to the right, now looks left, throws and runs it. He's going to run inside the 5 to the 1. I don't think he got in, and then the ball comes out, and Riverdale Baptist thinks they have it, but I don't know if they marked him down or not, Will.
They did. Looks like the near side official is going to mark him short, or looks like he marked him down, which is big break for Elder right there.
Yeah, he's down at so they've got it at the 1-yard line. So Eastep gets about 8 yards on that, and now it'll be a.
And that's 3 inches away from the goal line right there.
Yeah, it's not much here. You're going to just basically push through. You need one of those, what do they call them?
Tush push.
Tush push.
The tush push, yes.
The brotherly shove. Is that what it's called? So we've got 1 wide receiver to the right. They go. This is going to be a direct snap to Thaman. Let's see. They snap it. It's Thaman. He's going to look and get inside to the end zone. Let's see. Did he get in? They're calling. No, I don't know. I don't think he got in.
He's short, but they got to go. Elder's only got 25 seconds left. Time's ticking. They have a timeout if they want to use it, but they got to go real quick.
Yeah, so 20 seconds left, and the clock continues to run down to 16, down to 15 with a 3rd and goal at the inch line, down to 10. And now they give again to Thaman. Thaman's going to try to punch this one in. And no, it is a touchdown. So the Panthers get a touchdown. Joey Thaman, his 2nd touchdown of the game. The first one was a receiving touchdown, and now it is a rushing touchdown. It's 13-0 pending.
Wow, this Elder team likes to keep you on the edge of their seat with the scores before the end of half. They did it against St. X a couple weeks ago with the field goal with Adam Ray running him on, and this time they salvaged the last 5 seconds of the clock with the score, and what an offensive drive for Elder.
5 seconds left, and that play, 18-play, 90-yard drive, Will. 5 seconds remain.
Unbelievable.
Ray will look, and a flag is down. We'll get a delay of game.
Now it's going to be a legal substitution, yeah. Elder ran off late.
8 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock. I knew it was a long time, a 1-yard run by Thaman, but 18-play, 90-yard drive. That's got to be the best drive of the year.
Oh, 100%. And what that does is you just take Riverdale's Baptist off the field for an extended period of time. Almost, it is 3/4 of the quarter.
I talked to Coach Ramsey about that, doing more running and keeping the team off the field that does offense. You think about how the Giants beat the Bills in a Super Bowl. That's how they did it. 3rd, and they'll go for the extra point here with the ball at the 15-yard line, and now the kick is up, and this one is good. So with 5 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter, Elder 14, Riverdale.
And Elder able to give themselves more breathing room as they go up 14-0. We're going to get you out to Ben Burdett's highlight where he's at Cooper, and it's looking like they're going to have a good night as Keegan Maher is able to add more for the Cooper team as they are up 21-0 on Scott after a 2-yard touchdown run. And now we are going to get you out to Fenwick and McNick, where Fenwick is driving here on Friday Football Live.
Here is McCaffrey. Halcomb back to pass. He throws it. He lofts it. It's deflected and intercepted. It's Nate Collier. He's going to come out of the end zone, and he's going to get close to the 20-yard line. And that's 14 on his career for Nate Collier.
It's a fantastic job by Collier. Just right place, right time on the tip. And at this point, I think you got to think that the Rockets are going to take a knee and let this one bounce into halftime with a very uneasy 14-7 lead.
13 seconds remain until the half, and we'll see what the Rockets end up doing. And Braden Bobo is indeed going to come out for this, what should be final play or 2. But Bobo
took a shot.
And looks the worse for the wear, but he's going to go out there and he says, I'm only going to be a senior once. Well, that's good to see that he's capable enough to go back out on the field after taking that shot. But we'll see if the Rockets decide to take a knee and head to the locker room, or if they're going to try 1 or 2 miracle plays here. They've got plenty of time here. And then someone late arriving onto the field. That's going to be Jack Mayer, who normally is on the run formation, the running team. I don't know if he's just in there as an extra blocker.
He came out looking a little limpy, too.
Yeah, they're just going to take a knee and hope for the best at halftime is Braden Bobo. That's probably the best decision there, and that's going to end the first half. But the Fenwick Falcons have made a statement here, trailing 14-7, but they have forced McNick into 2 costly penalties.
And as this game goes to halftime, we're going to get you back to Lakota East, where they're driving and looking to go up big early and put this game away here on Friday Football Live.
Not sure how he was able to get away on that one. Brings up 2nd and 10. They've got a fullback out there once again. Handoff to Ryder Hooks. He's got a big hole, and he's going to get the corner. He's in the end zone for the first time tonight, and he takes a 4-possession lead before halftime.
Well, Ryder Hooks didn't really score too many touchdowns in the first couple of weeks, but he has had a huge couple of weeks getting into the end zone. And that's going to be another touchdown for Lakota East. And this one is looking to be over before halftime.
Wow, what a run. I mean, credit to the running backs, but man, this O-line has looked amazing early. And like you said earlier, they are pushing D linemen into the secondary. I mean, they're just opening up running holes for Chauncey Peck and Ryder Hooks, and they've had an easy day so far carrying the ball.
Yeah, when they've ran it, they haven't run it too much. I mean, they haven't had the need to. JT Kitten is having a night, and so is Ryder Hooks.
So the extra point coming. Fitzstevens continues to be perfect on extra points in this game. He's got his 5th one of the night. And East is up 35-6. 2 minutes and 24 seconds remain before halftime. Sycamore has a little bit of time to score, but, I mean, I don't even know how much of a point there is to it at this point. East is already running away with this game early.
Yeah, and this is what you wanted to see out of East after the scare last week from Coleraine. They're playing hard. They're not letting this game be questioned as a trap game at all. Taking care of business. And now defense looking out there to get another stop. And Kidna loves to just keep putting points on the board. Maybe an onside kick here. You saw it earlier, but would not be surprised if they try and do it here.
And this is the hottest start East has had to a game all year. Scored 28 in the first half, I believe, against Fairfield, where they ended with 59 points. Here they've got 35. They might be shooting for over 60 in this game. Fitzstevens lines up. And it's going to be a normal kickoff there. Back over the head of the Sycamore returner, and Sycamore will start from the 20-yard line once again.
Well, they're going to have to try and do something here. I mean, Trey Meadows has been your entire offense. Got to get him the ball if you want to move the ball at all. Just got to try something here. I mean, this East defense playing so good. Just they were struggling against Coleraine, and in this one they wanted to prove that they are still on top of it and one of the best defenses in the GMC.
You got to think, though, they've got to be upset they let Sycamore score on that one drive. There's a few holes they got to clean up there on the D-line. Maybe they bring the blitz a little bit more here in this one, but credit to Levi Simpson at least. He's still been able to sling the ball out to Trey Meadows a couple times. And I really think it's just the Sycamore O-line has not given Sycamore enough time to get anything going besides that one drive where they ended with points. It's 1st and 10, and I believe an official timeout. Off runs the tight end, and in will sub Tommy Hawk. Not sure what the confusion is here. So the officials give the clear to go, and it'll be 1st and 10. Sycamore in that pistol formation. Handoff to Branham, and he is met at the line by, I believe, Cole Miranda stuffed him there. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. And they didn't let Nick Branham get anywhere on that run.
Yeah, Cole Miranda making the switch, at least for this game, switching to linebacker and letting Alexander Smith play in that safety position. And that was a big stop there, just plugging the gap, not letting him run anywhere.
And interesting to see with so little time left in the second quarter, Sycamore has got that jumbo package out there. They've got two tight ends on that line as Levi Simpson steps back, fires one there, and a big hit there. It's popped up, but it's still caught. Oh, my goodness, what a heads-up play there by Trenton Meadows. A big hit by the East secondary pops it out, but Trenton Meadows makes something out of the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
I believe that was Tommy Hawk who made that catch, but wow, that was fun. Ball just popped into the air. I thought East definitely had a shot, and an interception just fell right into Tommy Hawk's hands.
3rd and 1 as a result. East wants to get off the field here, maybe put up a few more points if they've got time left. They are bringing the heat on the D-line. Handoff up the middle. There's a flag down before that one got underway.
Well, this would be really unfortunate if it was for a flag on Sycamore. I mean, you get it to 3rd and 1. You're able to pick up the easy 1st down on the run. Now you're going to be backed up, and it's not going to be so easy to just run for that 1st down.
And not to mention it stops the clock. So it is a false start there on Sycamore. They got a little too eager to run that play, and it brings up now 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 1. Sorry, 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and 1. And now you got to think you got to air out the ball here because this is not 4-down territory.
Yeah, and Levi Simpson has done a pretty good job throwing the ball downfield. He's been a lot more accurate than the rest of his season stats show. So not really the end of the world, just got to find a way to get this to your guy, Trey Meadows.
So it's 3rd and 6. 1 minute and 4 seconds remain in the second quarter. Simpson steps back. He's going to air it out there, and it's over the head of Quarnell Washington. So 4th and 6 coming up as a result. We should see the punt team from Sycamore out there. And East might just have a chance to put more points on the board.
Well, the way they've been moving the ball, I would not be surprised to see them put more points on the board. And 42 points in 1/2.
All right, we are going to step away from this game. We are on this game because most of our other games are at halftime right now. We're going to get you a little look in at the action at Lawrenceburg, though, now, as they're taking on Connorsville here on Friday Football Live. And soon we will have a halftime update from our reporters in the field, as well as a halftime report from Brendan Bucher here on Friday Football Live.
A lot of promise has fizzled out, and unless they can get a turnover right here and score, Lawrenceburg is going to go in the locker room up 37. Unless they can score here. Lawrenceburg is going to take over on the 44-yard line. And it looks like, I can't tell if that's Crew Gilmore still back in. Yeah, it looks like Gilmore's back in. Yep, he goes to his left side. He throws it. Nice running route there. And that's number 2, and he's got one guy to beat, and that's Buchanan, who brings him down. That's Keaton McGrath, who caught his number quite a few times tonight.
Deep into Connorsville territory. He's ran out of bounds.
I tell you, that crew, that Motley Crew Gilmore guy, man. And there's a flag right there.
Penalty flag, skill
now
display.
false starts.
Procedure.
Yep.
Against Lawrenceburg.
Yep.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty back to the 24-yard line. Remains first down. Now 15 yards to go for the first.
1st and 15 for Lawrenceburg. Yep. So Lawrenceburg puts himself back 5. I tell you, I can't remember if Crew Gilmore has had an incomplete pass. If he has, it's 1 or 2, maybe not that much. Guy in stripes was talking to Coach Lynch for something, as now they're starting the clock. Game clock was going, or play clock was going, and that's a pass out to.
A little quick out to Keith McGrath.
That was Keith McGrath again. He goes out of bounds.
At the 14-yard line.
And that's going to be 2nd and 6, it looks like, for Lawrenceburg. Again, they'll have short passes, slants.
2nd and 6, Tigers.
Their offense is very, very versatile. When Kaniga was in there, it was a very run-heavy offense, and that's not a, well, looks like he just dropped it.
Gilmore
3rd and 6. Baker doesn't connect with that one, so 3rd and 6 for Lawrenceburg. They haven't faced that many 3rd downs tonight.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down. Still 6 to go at the 14 of Connorsville.
So 3rd and 6, and they got a field goal kicker and kick one from here. If he kicks one from here to be around a 30-yarder, he can definitely do that. And he got a lot of time fleshed out to the right side. He thought about stepping in, going. He's running to his left side. He's trying to find somebody open. He finds a guy at the back of the end zone, and that's wide open.
Touchdown.
He had 2 guys open there. He could have picked 2 guys.
Gilmore scrambles and finds.
With the score, 43-0 now for Lawrenceburg. The offensive line did their job by forcing Gilmore out of the pocket to try to make something happen. And again, McGrath got behind the defense, and Crew Gilmore found him for the touchdown. And that kick is up, and it is good. I think it almost took a car out. 44-0 now, 1:05 to go here in this second quarter. Connersville finds themselves down 44-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Whitewater Eye Center of Connersville provides quality vision care for every member of your family. This includes routine eye care, treatment for eye diseases and injuries. Services that include glasses, frames for every budget, sunglasses, and contact lenses. Schedule an appointment today at 765-825.
Game, and we're talking like the game is over. It's not even halftime yet.
Yeah, Easton on pace for 84 points in this game. Obviously, probably not going to happen with that running clock, but they're only 8 points away from how many they scored against Middletown, and only 17 points away from how many they put up in the entire Fairfield game. So they are looking good on the stat sheet right now. They obviously want to beat Sycamore by more than West beat them by. And this obviously a huge momentum carrier into the Lakota West game, which should be the determiner of the GMC this year.
Well, they most definitely want to show the GMC that what happened at Coleraine is not who this team is.
This is going to be taken out from about the 2-yard line. And he's brought down. The ball comes out there. What a hit. And Chauncey Peck's there to pick it up. And he carries it into the end zone. Oh, my goodness. What a hit there. I believe A.J. Fitzstevens, the kicker, is the one that knocked it out. And there is a flag down on the field.
I don't think it's a flag. I think it was the little chip they threw for the fumble. But that was...
And we are going to step away for just a moment. The returner on that play is shaken up. We'll be back in just a second before halftime. We'll let the training staff take a look at the returner.
All right, injury time out there. We'll get you updated about that as soon as we have details. But we're going to get you back out to Lawrenceburg and Connersville here on Friday Football Live.
And Fox loses a yard. He may get back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see where they place it. And they do place it back to the line of scrimmage. As under 45 seconds to go here in this second quarter. Coming up at halftime, it's the halftime show brought to you by our great friends over at Hillfi Internet. If you want some internet service, go see our good friends at Hillfi Internet. As the play clock's down, and it's a nice handoff there to Flanagan, who gets past a few Lawrenceburg Tigers and spins and zigs and zags, and he gets up to about the 25-yard line. So a gain of 5, and it looks like they're giving him 6 yards on that. So 3rd and 4 for the Spartans. And we're at halftime, so the Connersville Spartans find themselves down going into the locker room. 40.
We have a halftime show coming up for you soon, but right now we're going to jump out to Lakota West, where they're taking on Oak Hills here on Friday Football Live.
Right here on this Lakota West student broadcast.
Make sure you go check out the Lakota West Press. They are releasing articles today, so get ready for that. That is going to, they're fun articles down there, as well as the highlight reel that yours truly, Andrew Odell, has done all by himself. Look for a couple more to come out in the near future, but go get a drink, get a snack, go to the bathroom, do whatever it is you got to do, but be back for this second half of Firebird football here on Lakota West Student Broadcast.
And we have hit halftime on all of our games here on Friday Football Live, so now is the perfect time to jump to Brennan Bucher with his halftime report. Brennan?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Friday Football Live halftime update. I'm Brennan Bucher. As we take a quick break from tonight's Red Zone action, let's take a look back at some of the top performers from last week. Starting first with Grayson Goldsmith of Hamilton High School, who rushed for 5 touchdowns as the Big Blue ran its winning streak up to 4 games. D'Amico Harris of Elmwood St. Bernard Place ran for 4 touchdowns on offense and racked up 12 tackles on defense, extending the Titans' win streak to 4 games as well. Ben Markarian of Harrison had not 1, but 2 pick sixes on defense, both of nearly 50 yards as the Wildcats picked up a big win against Mount Healthy. And finally, Taft sophomore quarterback Keyshawn Tobert threw for 4 touchdowns and nearly 500 passing yards as the Senators beat Hughes. And those were just some of the top performers from last week. And now let's take a look at some of the Tri-State's top teams. First, starting in Kentucky, the Louisville Courier-Journal statewide poll ranks Cooper as the top team in the Commonwealth's Class 5A, with Highlands ranked 4th and Connor ranked 9th. Highlands tonight is playing against Boone County, and I am broadcasting that game live on BlueBirdsRadio.com. In Class 4A, Covenant Catholic comes in at number 5, and at 3A, Lloyd checks in at number 7. In 2A, Beechwood is 3rd, and in Class A, Newport Central Catholic and Newport place 6th and 7th respectively, with Brossart cracking the top 10 at number 9. In Ohio, the USA Today Network ranks Moeller as the 2nd best team in the state behind Northeast Ohio's Walsh Jesuit. Winton Woods ranks 8th, and Lakota West rounds out the top 10 at number 10. St. X and LaSalle rank in the bottom half of the top 25. And in the greater Cincinnati, the TriStateFootball.com and Blitz 5 poll continues to rank Moeller as the area's best team, followed by Lakota West, Anderson, and Winton Woods. Cooper is the highest rated team in Northern Kentucky, checking in at number 5. East Central is the highest rated team in Indiana, coming in at 18. You can see all the teams in this poll each week on TriStateFootball.com. And that wraps up this week's edition of the Halftime Update. Now back to the Command Center at Northern Kentucky University for more second half.
Boy, I don't know. I think the ball's coming out.
But I don't know.
Thank you, Brennan.
I think that was a fumble.
We are going to get you back out to Waycross now, where they have
think that ball is
started
out
the second half. West Claremont has the ball as they take on Winton Woods here on Friday Football Live.
Well, they can't call New York City about it in this.
No.
Straight drop. Rickman throws this ball deep down the far sideline.
Incomplete. I was curious on that replay because it was pretty close, and yeah, that ball was out, so missed opportunity, but they did hold, and it's 4th down.
So we got 4th and 11. That's good that they held. Warriors is sending some guys back, camping out on their own 35-yard line.
One thing I failed to recognize was in the first half, the biggest offensive play of the first half was the kickoff return. But they also had a long punt return, too, because he's been over-kicking this.
High snap. They're in on him.
This play's
Get him
over.
Down.
Yeah, that was a bad snap. So another special teams play. So special teams have been a big part of this so far for Winton Woods, and the snap just put him in no man's land. Looks like he was going to try to throw it. I don't think that would have been a good idea. And he had 7 guys tackling him. He should have, my opinion, he should have just gone to the ground at that point. The only thing he could do was fumble the ball. There was no way he was breaking 6 tackles.
That's correct. 9:44 left to go in the third quarter here.
But that drives me a little bit nuts when special teams guys will not go down. They just try to break tackles, and nothing good can happen in that situation.
Yeah. It's like a Woody Hayes-ism.
Unless you're Johnny Rogers, maybe.
2 were bad.
I don't even think Johnny Rogers could have broken that one.
Okay, so here's the Warriors on offense. Looking to see if they can force this ball into the end zone. There's a give to Zeke.
He got pushed about 2 yards forward. So West Claremont's given Winton Woods a huge opportunity here to punch it in.
Yeah, and this is where you got to take advantage of this huge opportunity.
Well, the one touchdown I had in the first half, Winton Woods had a short field. They had the ball at the 30-yard line based on the kickoff return. So this is even shorter.
This is even shorter, yeah. But again, if this guy doesn't want to run ever at all, to me, there's
the shuttle pass.
Oh,
nice.
They got him.
Good tackle.
Man, that's number 14 on that carry.
So I'm wondering if they're going to be in 4-down territory if they're 4th and 1 or 2 here, if they're going to go ahead and kick it. They maybe kick it to get
They got
get the score over 1 touchdown, right?
Yeah, they should do that. Not only that, but I mean, why have this guy on the team if you're not giving him a chance to be a factor?
Right.
But again, I'm not the coach, so I don't know. I put all my faith in his coaching staff, Chad Murphy and his fine coaching staff.
This would be a huge stop for West Claremont if they don't get a touchdown.
Pass, caught, but there they are, stopping
4th
them.
and 1. It's 1 yard. You got to run the ball here.
Yeah, they're going to go.
Actually, gave him the 4. He actually gave him a pretty favorable spot there. Did he get a first down?
First down. Yeah, they gave him the first down.
That was, to me, that was a favorable spot. It looked like he was a little short.
See, Warrior Band jazzing everything up, hoping for some points here.
This is definitely a running situation.
He's going to follow. No, he passes and he's around left in. Touchdown for the Winton Woods Warriors.
Didn't necessarily like that play call, but he broke the tackle and turned it into a good play, but it was almost a loss.
Yeah, it was a good fake.
Yeah.
So with 7:34 left in the third quarter here from Frederick Stadium, Forest Park, Ohio, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 12 and the visiting West Claremont Wolves, nothing.
Yeah. So they're going to go for the extra point here, like you said, give them a little bit of practice. You know, number 8 had a shot at a tackle there, but he arm tackled him and he broke it.
Holds down, there's a kick.
Oh.
No good.
Those are up.
Low line drive kick. I don't know if it got blocked down there, but
It was too low. It got blocked because it was
low in the first
It was
place.
below the.
And Winton Woods has that one blocked, but they're able to increase their lead. We're going to take you out to some highlights from the Cooper game. And I say Cooper because it's been Cooper all night. As Ben Burdett has these highlights queued up for us, it is O'Hara to Johnson for the long touchdown pass. And then we have Keegan Maher for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. He goes 51 yards to the house to put Cooper up 34-0 in the second quarter. Thank
you can see the Lancer coaching
Ben,
staff
for those highlights.
yelling at the
And
the
we
officials.
are at LaSalle and St. X here on Friday Football Live.
Against the Bombers.
Yeah, even though we got some pretty thick doors separating us from the rest of the WSN part of the guys, hearing from the scoreboard guys, as soon as I heard that's a hold scream, I just kind of, yeah, I mean, we got to love the scoreboard guys and the work they do, but my God, if I can hear them from behind that closed door, then you know it was a penalty.
I think everybody wearing red on this side of the stadium, or pink as we should say tonight, was yelling. It's going to move it back to the 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 16. Hand off. Nope. Vollmer keeps it.
Vollmer keeps it.
Gets up the middle. He's going to get back to about the 30, close to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10. And, well, this is a good time. Let's get the ball back, get off the field here, and get some good field position. And if you can hold them here, you get that ability to do that and try to generate some offense that the Lancers have had a hard time tonight doing that.
But even if not, as long as you make sure to get into that 30 to 20-yard range, that is prime field goal territory, which we haven't seen too many field goals from the Lancers this season. But then again, any offensive generation would be nice.
Sure would be at this point. 3rd and 10. Vollmer back to pass, rolling, backing up.
Fergus Kreider,
Kreider's
he's
got him. He
sacks
throws
him.
it down. Great play by Fergus Kreider.
There we go.
Picks up his 4th sack of the season. He leads the Lancers in that category, and that's the lack of experience for Daniel Vollmer playing quarterback, holding on to that ball and not throwing that away. Because they were trying to throw a screen. The screen wasn't there, and instead of Vollmer just throwing it in the ground, he takes a sack, and it's back to the 19-yard line.
Now, I think that might actually put Fergus in the top 5 in the GCL for sacks alone. I believe the number 1 was believe there was just one kid on Elder, DeTulio, that had about 6.5 right now.
You go after the block here. Lancers are coming. They pick him up. Boy, a booming punt. Goldschmidt back at the 40. And breaks the tackle, gets to the outside, and maybe a yard. Great to have some good field.
And after that punt, we're going to step away for just a little bit, get you to a highlight from our own Dimitri Fizic, where he's at the Hamilton game. They're up 28-7 here, and they increased that lead to 35-7 off the Elijah Jones 24-yard touchdown reception.
Here in the game, a lot of times.
And we're going to get you to Fenwick and McNick here on Friday Football Live.
Nauman gets the handoff, and he is wrapped up immediately. Might have got a yard on that one. The tackle made there by Will Calhoun. And now it'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, the Falcons just doing a great job there to get a couple men in the backfield. Basically, Pincer moved him and able to wrap him up with only a 1-yard gain.
We'll see where they set Mayer in the formation. It looks like he'll go in the fullback position, which means Nauman will probably be running right behind him. That's his escort, and that's how they're going to do it. And Nauman easily gets the first down. He'll cross the 30 before he's tripped up from behind by Jackson Kaufman. And right now, the Rockets are moving the ball at will without attempting a pass.
Yeah, did a fantastic job that time of just getting it outside on the outside edge, not running through the tackles this time, and able to get a nice gain.
Ball at the 29-yard line where it's 1st and 10. And a 2-touchdown advantage over a team like Fenwick, who doesn't move the ball quickly, could be insurmountable at this point. They fake the jet sweep. Instead, they go to Nauman, and again, he stays on his feet. Plenty for a first down. He's inside. As we are 4 minutes into this 3rd quarter, and McNicholas is knocking on the door to score here.
Our man Andy Edwards has made his debut back in the press box for the first time tonight.
Well, he's out there multitasking. He's working for the Friday Football Live crew as well as us. I know what that's like. I'm double dipping as well for the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown presented by Meyer and Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Here's the handoff to Nauman again, and he's tripped up before he can get to the edge.
Looked like he was close to breaking it, but just got snatched up at the last second.
Connor Schmeling is the one who brought him down. He did get credit for a yard after falling forward to the 18-yard line, and where it'll be 2nd and 9. Of course, the showdown next week will be still here in the Anderson area. It'll be the Anderson versus Winton Woods game for Week 9. That's going to be must-see TV if it were on TV. But we got to worry about this one here. A lot of folks thought this one would be a blowout, but Fenwick has definitely brought its A game here today as they look for the upset. Here's Nauman again. And it's been a steady diet of Caleb Nauman here on this drive.
And we've seen this, especially when the Rockets are struggling to move the ball. They just default back to Caleb Nauman because he's able to get a nice chunk of yardage each time.
So that time it was a gain of 6. So it's 3rd and 3 at the 12. Notice how I was kind of hesitating with the math formulation? Again, it's Bobo under center, and it looks like they were ready to blitz, and now a penalty flag is thrown pre-snap. That's going to be against Fenwick, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty that's good enough for a first down.
That's a gift for the Rockets, and they've really got to take advantage of that.
Fenwick had its ears pinned back and just couldn't hold its water. And now it'll be 1st and goal at the 7. Well, that's a big-time break for McNick, and can they take advantage of it? A score here would definitely swing the momentum back in favor of the Rockets with the clock moving. Under 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and McNick is in not a huge hurry here.
think content with having a lead and being close. Just wind down the clock as much as you can.
Out of the shotgun, they hand off to the man in motion, Nauman. He'll cut across the middle. He'll go into the end zone for a Rockets touchdown. Caleb Nauman with his second touchdown of the night. A 7-yarder to go with a 3-yarder in the first quarter, and the Rockets take a 20-7 lead.
On that drive, I don't know, do we call anybody other than Caleb Nauman's name?
Caleb Nauman carried the ball on every single play there.
And that's that's poor defensive planning on the Falcons' part. If you're giving the ball to the same guy every time, you've got to really scheme for that.
Here's Raleigh Gabriel out of the hold of Braden Bobo. And the snap from, Caleb Nauman. The kick is up, and it is good. 5:35 left to go in the third quarter. The Rockets were on the ropes, but they come back with a flurry to start the third quarter. They lead it 21-7 over Fenwick here on the McNicholas Broadcasting Network.
And we're going to step away here and give you a highlight from Ben Miller. He is at the Battle of Newport, and it is all Newport Central Catholic right now as Caleb Cole scores his third touchdown of the night to give them a 21-0 lead. And we are going to get you out to the pit where Riverdale is driving right now, looking to score as they take on Elder here on Friday Football Live.
Team speed that Elder is just lacking right now in the middle of the field. Obviously missing your two starting captain linebackers is difficult for any squad, but right now you can see Derek Grant was in on that tackle, and Avion Cobb was just able to run right by him and just easy cuts out of the guy.
So they've marked it short, 3rd and 2. They'll mark it right around the 16-yard line. Kitchens off to the right side. They've got one to the left side in Dyson. In the backfield now is Denson. Denson in there. And now the fake and the quarterback keeper inside the 15, and that's going to be right at the sticks for the quarterback, Cash.
Yeah, Cash Carter knew exactly what he needed to get on that 3rd down and short, got exactly what it was, and we'll see. Looks like they're going to mark him a little short, not moving the chains yet. Surprising.
Yeah, this is right at the sticks. They didn't manage. It's a 4th down and 1 now. So Carter thought he had the first down. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. In the backfield is Denson to the left side of Carter. And now Carter gets the snap, throws it to the left. It is incomplete. Panthers stop him on 4th down as Colton Sanders does a good job on defense. He had it was Contosis, and Gio could not come up with it.
Wow, and Len, I'm going to be frank on these broadcasts. That is not the play call right there. With how well you've been running inside zone all night long against Elder's front 7, you run the ball there. It's 4th and inches. Go get a yard, but decided to throw it out wide. Incomplete pass. Nice play by Cooper Sandus, and Elder's going to take over, and just a bad stall for Riverdale.
All right, big stop there for Elder. So we are going to get you out now to Mason and Colerain as they are taking part in some third quarter action here on Friday Football Live.
Guess who? Ethan Jordan again trots into the end zone. His second of the day. And that combination, shape to Jordan, has been incredible these last 2 games.
Just throw it up, and Ethan Jordan's down there somewhere wide open. Was able, great stutter move and great way to get into the end zone for 6 points. You already know that this comment's offensive coordinator
For the game clock to be stopped
just
on
coaches in general so happy about how this offense is playing now. 30-0 pending the extra point.
Jordan needs to be a little careful next time. He kind of, after that broken tackle, just kind of trotted the end zone. There was another Colerain player that had his eyes on Ethan Jordan, but Jordan, the way he's been playing, his swag took him into the end zone. Comets lead 31-0.
8:26 remaining in the third.
All right, Mason able to increase their lead even more. We're going to get you back out to the pit after that big turnover. Elder
5-6-2.
with the ball now here on Friday Football Live.
2nd and 8 for the Panthers at the 17. 7:08 to go, third quarter. 14-0 they lead it. Here's Estep back to throw to the right side. Throws it, intercepted to the left side of the 30. 25, 20. This might go back to the house, and it's right at the 1. He fumbles the football, and let's see what happens if it went into the end zone. They're saying according to Riverdale Baptist, they got their arms up, but that looked like it went a little short.
Well, it's going to be a penalty. He's going to bring this thing back regardless, but wow, that was, and Caden Estep looked like he had a receiver open downfield, decided to throw it, and a really nice play by the Riverdale Baptist defender to jump in front of it. That's going to get brought back, and right as Elder gets the ball from Riverdale Baptist, they're going to give it right back.
Yeah, they give it right back, so Riverdale get it. They pick up both flags. Panthers defense comes on the field, so it was on the return.
This will be a spot foul. Looked like Joey Thaman was immediately popped up looking for a flag, so he knew one was coming eventually. It's just what it was going to be. It's going to be a block in the back.
The interception was Elton Eltina Hicks. And Hicks with the big interception. They'll mark it at the 35. So it'll be Riverdale Baptist football after the confusion and the penalty on the return. But it's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. So an interception. So 2 turnovers for the Panthers today. A fumble early going in the first, and now an interception. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Now the give is to Cobb. Cobb inside the 30, 25, 20. He's down to the 15, to the 10, spins to the 5, and he's at the 4-yard line before Joey DiTilio made the tackle.
And Elder's been doing such a good job of just being the better disciplined team all year long. They were all night long until that interception, and you can see the floodgates open. When you give a team momentum, they're going to run with it.
1st and goal at the 4, 3 wide receivers to the right. He's got Cobb in the backfield, Cash to the left side. Now it's going to be Cobb gets it, nothing doing there. So back to the line of scrimmage. Panthers do a good job. Uran and company, including it was McPherson. And the Panthers get a break there.
We mentioned the tall task Elder had on offense trying to score on a 90-yard drive. This is going to be an even taller task to keep this really talented Riverdale Baptist rushing offense out of the end zone when they only got 3 yards left and 3 downs to go.
2nd down and goal. Ball spotted at the 3-yard line. 2 wide to the right for the Crusaders. 1 to the left side. They've set up with Dyson to the left side. And now it's going to be the run to the left as Cobb tries to get into the end zone and does. And it's a touchdown for Riverdale Baptist. So 14-6 now, pending this extra point. Cobb with the touchdown of 3 yards.
A really nice play, just outside zone this time. Brought it to the outside, tried to beat Elder with speed to the corner, and they did. And a broken tackle led to a touchdown, and Elder's going to have to figure something out offensively, try to take some time off the clock and end with the score, hopefully, on the next drive.
Yeah, this is what you don't want to do. You gave the ball right back to them, and they scored. Now it's 14-6, pending this extra point with 5:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter. This will be the extra point attempt. Henry. That was a 3-yard touchdown for Cobb. And the extra point is up, and it is good. So with 5:48 to go, 3rd quarter, Elder 14 and Riverdale Baptist 7. We'll take a timeout on the Prep Sports.
And Riverdale able to cut that deficit down to a touchdown. We're going to get you out to the halftime report from our own Dimitri Fizicus. He is at Hamilton. Dimitri?
Halftime at the Schwarm. It's 35-7 for the Big Blue. A great lead for them. I'm cold. I have my Bass Pro Shops hat on. 2 very important things that I needed you guys as the audience to know. Let's look at how it started. Wyman Carr with an interception on the 3rd play from scrimmage. Middletown threw the ball, picked off by Carr, and taken to the house. A pick 6 interception, starting off the scoring 7-0 for the Big Blue. Middies missed a field goal a couple of possessions later, putting Hamilton in really good field position. Grayson Goldsmith with a 1-yard touchdown run did give the lead 14-0, and then Goldsmith on the very next possession for the Big Blue, a 59-yard touchdown run that I missed. I couldn't get it on video, but unfortunately that happens, and the next one I was able to get. Dimitri and James for the Middies, their first score of the night, a 1-yard touchdown run, 21-7 the score at that point. Grayson Goldsmith then on Hamilton's next possession Another 1-yard touchdown rush. 3 touchdowns for Grayson Goldsmith. A beast of a player, as I've seen here on the sidelines tonight. Like I said, 3 touchdowns. They have had many issues trying to stop him and have not been able to. Then on the ensuing kickoff, a fumble by Middletown, recovered on the 24-yard line. And Elijah Jones, 24-yard touchdown reception with 3 seconds left right before the half to put the score at 35-0. Now taking a look around the GMC, Lakota West, they are leading against the Oak Hills Highlanders 38-0 in Oak Hills. Lakota East 48-6 against the Sycamore Aviators. Princeton and Fairfield almost all knotted up 28-21, a 7-point advantage for the Vikings on their home turf. And Mason shutout against the Coleraine Cardinals 24-0. All of those games currently at the half, just like this one. With about 12 minutes left in the half here, we will be back for the second half with live video coverage and reporting on all GMC games for Friday Football Live and The Report. I'm Dimitri Fishich.
Especially considering that apparently,
Dimitri, thank you for
I
that
don't know.
update
I
on
think we might see a theme of
GMC
that
action.
odd
We're going to
number
get you out
quarters.
now
That's
to
when
St. X
plays.
and LaSalle
Maybe
here on
if-
Friday
I
Football
wouldn't be
Live.
surprised next quarter to see Herb Street come back in.
I think the only time we might see Herb Street coming back in is if Lancers take the lead and St. X is forced to throw the ball on a late drive. I think you'd see Herb Street. Other than that, I'm not sure. I don't know what to guess anymore. Vollmer rolling, throwing behind Cam to, he was looking at number 13, Chase Stadman. Boy, that's somebody that we've not seen all season long for the Bombers. But he was open. And Vollmer missed him.
Yeah,
it would have been a first down.
That's just user error right there. Then again, Vollmer, that rushing first quarterback that we've seen. Part of it might not even just be because he has that experience as rushing. Maybe it's that his passing ability just hasn't been able to make up for it.
Vollmer now 7 of 12 for 53 yards. Of course, Patrick McLaughlin tonight doesn't look much different. 6 of 12 for 58 yards. Maxim, not as good of a punt this time, but it's going to hit at the 40, and it takes a huge roll.
That's just not the bounce that you want to see. Isaac Goldsmith opted to play a little bit further back on it, and that will allow.
And after that punt, we're going to get you out to some other action. McNick is driving as they lead 21-7 here on Friday Football Live.
Inside the 10-yard line, well, that should be a first down. We'll see where they mark it. Waiting for the change to move, but apparently there's a penalty marker thrown late. And it is going to be a face mask against Fenwick on the attempted tackle there, and that will move it half the distance to the goal. It'll still be first down, but now it's inside the 5.
Yeah, just a stone's throw away from the goal line at this point, and the way this Rockets offense has been churning. I don't think there's any stopping them from getting in again.
We're under the 30-second mark here, and it looks like McNick is willing to let the time expire and try to cash in on the other side of the field.
That's going to be the end of the third.
15 seconds and rolling, and that will take us to the fourth quarter. Let's go ahead and take the break as well. The Rockets are knocking on the door for another score. They lead at 21-7 over the Fenwick Falcons here on the McNicholas Broadcasting Network.
A huge thank you to our proud partners at the Mark Williams Auto Group, the official car dealership of McNicholas Athletics, with locations at Beachmont Ford, Mount.
All right, as they get ready for the fourth quarter, we're going to get you back out to the pit where Elder's taking on Riverdale here on Friday Football Live.
On a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. And looking Carter's going to look, and he's at his about 2-yard line. Throws it complete to the 10, to the 15, and out to the 18-yard line. Derek Uran on the stop on Contosis.
Yeah, that's going to be another illegal man downfield as Riverdale Baptist looked like kind of a screen was trying to be set up on the backside. Looked like the refs are going to converse about this, but I definitely thought an offensive lineman was too far upfield.
See what they do here. With 3:17 remaining in the third quarter, 14-7. Elder with the 7-point lead.
So taking a long time to discuss. They're waving it off. Wow, that's brutal. Coach Ramsey's not happy.
No, 2nd and 4. They'll still keep it at the 18-yard line. So we've got Riverdale Baptist now gets a break there with a 2nd and 4 at the 18 with 3:17 remaining in the third. One wide left and one wide right, and Kitchens is now going to go to the left side. Contosis over to the left side as well. Gio, the UC recruit. 3 wide receivers off left side, 1 to the right. 2nd and 4, they'll mark it at the 18. Carter gets the snap. Carter goes left side. It's going to be Denton across the 25, and he's out to the 26-yard line, but there's a flag down back at the 20-yard line.
And that is going to be a hold. That one's coming back. That's, we mentioned earlier in the year, the danger with running that zone type run is you have the ability to rack up a lot of holding calls, and Elder got a lucky break right there to force one, and that's going to push Riverdale Baptist offense back.
And coming off for the Panthers, and certainly can't afford this, but Javen Hutchinson was kind of limping off a little bit, did walk off on his own, did come off on his own power, but taking a seat on the bench now next to Trenton Meyer right now. 2nd and 4, they're going to move this one back. So this will go back to the 10-yard line, or right around the 10. Let's see, it'll be 2nd and 13 now at the 10. 3 wide left and 1 wide right. Carter, the quarterback, now they go in motion to the left side. Carter looking to the left side, throws it over the middle. It's complete.
We'll get you right back here, but for now, we're going to send you out to the halftime report at Roger Bacon from our own Colton Smith. Colton?
The sun has gone out here at Braun Bockovich Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm Colton Smith with Friday Football Live, reporting on a major Miami Valley Conference game between the Cincinnati Hill Christian Academy Eagles and the Roger Bacon Spartans. The refs have kind of stolen the show in what is an Eagles first half, 14-6 over the Spartans, but there's been penalties on both sides of the field. Both teams have gotten a lot of penalties. There's no real favorite in that category, but that has stopped a lot of offensive progression. The Eagles struck first with a nice touchdown. Then Roger Bacon answered but missed the extra point. And then we had some great passing from Roger Bacon, but then an interception, which ended up being a pick six, which has it at 14-6 at this point in the game. I think the key to winning this game is whatever team is able to clean up the penalties. Plenty of offensive drives that would probably have ended in scores ended up getting drawn back because of penalty. The players are getting out on the field, so I better get rolling here. Looking around the Miami Valley Conference, though, Lockland currently leads Miami Valley Christian by a score of 7-6, and then Norwood currently trails 7-38 at halftime. It is a rough look there for Norwood, but I was not able to get any scores on the Northern Hills game. I'll see if I can get the final on that game, but for now, this is Colton Smith with Friday Football Live. I'll see you at the end of the game.
All right, as promised, we're going to get you back out to the pit where Elder is taking on Riverdale here on Friday Football Live.
We're going to see. The refs are going to talk it over. That'd be a gigantic 5-yard penalty if that was before the end of the quarter.
See if that they call here before the end of the quarter.
Not sure.
See if they're just kind of moving it. They're going to move it. Yeah, 5 yards.
Wow, that is massive.
So the illegal substitution brings the football back to the 14-yard line.
And you're able to see just the undisciplined play.
Yeah.
Bites Riverdale Baptist again.
So that is the end of the quarter, or at least they're going to get one more snap to end the quarter here.
Looks like they were discussing they're going to put 1 second likely back on the clock. We'll see.
Well, they're just going to have one play here. They have 0 on the clock. So they'll do this play, and then we'll get to the quarter. So it's 2nd and 20 from the 14-yard line. Now it's going to give an end around to the left side quickly to the 15, to the 20, out to the 25-yard line. Nice gain on the play for Miles Witherspoon, but that will end the third quarter of play with the score. Elder 14 and Riverdale Baptist 7. We'll take a timeout on the Prep Sports Radio Network.
Elder fans, Will Kelsey here, class of 2000 with Kelsey Show.
As they get set for quarter 4 at the pit, we're going to get you out to some GCL co-ed action with McNick and Fenwick here on Friday Football Live.
Hoffman. Great job there by the Falcons being able to convert on 4th down.
Yeah, and that's just getting behind your tackles and making sure that they're getting the push up front. And not too difficult when you can get behind a big guy and just make sure that you've got that 2 yards in front of you.
Definitely. Going to see what Sean Gillette's got to offer up here to stop this Falcons offense now.
Yeah, the defensive coordinator, Sean Gillette, is doing a fantastic job with his defense this season.
Sends a guy in motion right up the middle. Can't see a number yet.
Let's see who comes off the pile there.
Exactly.
And that's going to be 27.
Number 27, Connor Schmeling. He'll run it for about 6.
And that wasn't so much a product of the push of the offensive line as it was Bo Tobin getting into the backfield, but he busted open a hole in the process and got pulled down. So he actually broke the hole open for the Schmeling. Was it Schmeling?
Yes.
Schmeling, yeah, to get through on that play.
Again, they're going to hand it off to Schmeling. But it's not going to get as far. They'll probably get about 2 yards here, bring it about 2nd and 2. Third and 2, excuse me.
So we got coming up on 8:30 remaining in the game. And no sense of urgency from the Falcons here. They're down 3 touchdowns. I think it's going to, for their offense, it's probably going to be an insurmountable odd at this point to try and get back into this one. But even if they can get points here on the board late, that's still a moral victory if
Grab
nothing
a
else.
touchdown, of course. Always see if you can end the game with a touchdown here.
And the key here is just executing.
Halcomb with the snap. He'll hand it off to number 35. And he'll be stopped short of that first. He won't even get back to that line of scrimmage.
That was Hudson Cricky.
Won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll set it back about 2 yards. I'd say about 4th and 4.
Might actually, yeah. They're going to say 4th and 4, and we're going to see a
timeout.
No, there's a flag on the field.
Flag.
It's going to be delay a game.
No, that's unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, that's unsportsmanlike conduct. This is delay a game.
There are too many hand signals, man.
I know, right? Looks like going to be on the coach. It looks like for the Falcons.
Yeah, it was thrown down at the sideline here as he's chirping at the near white hat.
It was even, the head referee even threw that flag, so you know it wasn't unsportsmanlike conduct. And it looks like they're going to set up to punt.
It's going to put them far behind the sticks at this point, 4th and 19.
There's the punt. Gunler's back to get it, and he's going to run it out. Get it up to the 40. Breaks a tackle. We'll get about to the 49, 48-yard line.
There's going to be a flag on the play, though. I think that's going to be on Zarius Harvey. It was right there where he threw a block, and I think it was
block in the back, maybe holding.
It's either going to be holding or a block in the back, I'd imagine.
He got a hold. It looks like. That's a preliminary signal. Yep, they're going to call holding there on Zarius.
Yeah, not a fantastic return either way, but you definitely just don't want to keep taking that out of your.
But also, when I was down there talking to Coach O, he said that he has seen way too many penalties. Again, when you're about to win this game, 28-7, you're about to have a win here. This is not the time to be making penalties, and definitely that's something that Coach O needs to be talking with his team more now. Is that you know, those penalties are really hurting them in the early game. Maybe take them out of the late game as well.
Yeah, you know, and like we said, you've seen over 100 yards of penalties in the last game.
Yes.
They're continuing to just compound on themselves as far as penalties goes. We're going to see the Rockets set up for their drive.
We are going to take a break here and get you to a highlight from Ben Miller at the Battle of Newport. It's Emmanuel Moss makes an explosive play to extend Newport Central Catholic's lead to 35-0 with just under 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, so it's looking like they may have a comfortable win here on Friday Football Live.
More defense, watch out for this number 15.
Big
Alexander
play coming
Hawk.
up here.
Straight
Gonna
drop.
try a throw.
Throws his
He
ball.
missed him.
So that ball is incomplete. No penalty.
Not a bad play call, just didn't execute it.
Well, this is where I feel better with their defense out there holding it down for me. We see again on the replay.
It had it in his hands
Just
for
too
a second.
tall.
You know, West Claremont burned a lot of clock there calling the play. Probably lost about a minute.
There's 3:35 left to go in the game here.
Well, it's third down to score, so a field goal won't help them. So 1 or 2 first downs, and this game's over. But West Claremont still get all their timeouts left.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to use them. But at some point,
All right, we are going to take a step away here and show you another highlight from Dimitri Fizich as he is at the Hamilton game. And Grayson Goldsmith with his 4th touchdown of the day. His longest run of the night, a 74-yard touchdown run to put Big Blue up 42-7 against the Middies here on Friday Football Live.
he
Hard
can
to
stop.
cover. Interesting time to switch the quarterbacks. Is he more of a run threat, maybe?
More than likely, I'd say that would have to be the case.
Yeah.
No one's really hurt. I didn't see Bryce Sean Brown. Yeah,
No,
I see
he's
Bryce
out. He's
Sean
fine,
Brown
yeah.
there. So
The only risk with that, he hasn't played in the game, right? Getting that
no,
hike
he's
and
been in the
handoff.
game,
And, yeah.
though.
But not as quarterback.
Yes.
You just don't want to turn the ball over at this point in time.
Yeah, we got a good game tonight here. We don't know what's going on in other parts of the county, but in this part here, we got a good one.
This has massive implications. This, right?
Okay, as they take a timeout here, we're going to step away for just a moment, get you to the pit where Elder is driving here on Friday Football Live.
He stepped back at his 15, now rolls to the right, throws it. It is complete to Thaman at the 10. He's to the 5. Touchdown! Thaman, another touchdown. That's his 3rd of the game.
Joey Thaman making a push for the Cooper star of the game, and man, he is just so good with the ball in his hand, so shifty. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like he'd be a football player, but man, when he puts those pads on, he is as tough as it gets.
He had a 9-yard reception for a touchdown in the first quarter. He had a 1-yard touchdown run in the second quarter, and now he has an 11-yard reception for a touchdown. And 4-yard drive ends in 6. Let's see if it's 7. Thaman will have to stop everything and hold. In addition, he does everything. And the kick with Ray is up with the right foot. And this one is no good, off to the left side. But the Panthers lead it 20-7. We'll take a timeout with 10-11 to play in the fourth on the Prep Sports Radio Network.
Elder misses that extra point, but still able to extend their lead to 20-7. We're going to get you back to Winton Woods
both ways.
and a little bit of an umpire discussion here. So let's see what's going on here on Friday Football Live.
Right?
No.
So we got a 3rd and 1.
See on the replay here, it looked like the guy from West
Both of
Claremont
them.
was.
That was a heck of a deke. Told you he's in there to run. Oh, he almost lost the ball there. And that's what happened. They were fighting for it, and that's how they ended up getting in a scrum with each other.
Okay.
Got a little fortunate they got it. It was just one way, both ways. This is a huge play here, 3rd and 1. This could decide the game right here. You got a timeout. You want to get it right.
.252 left to go in the game.
You got a QB hasn't been in much of the game, so he's a little bit
Butterfinger.
But he's more of a running threat. That's definitely why he's in.
All right, timeout here at Winton Woods. So we're going to get you out to LaSalle and St. X. They're getting close to the end here on Friday Football Live.
Herb Street fakes the
handoff.
pass.
He's got number 12 all the way open down there.
Oh, my God.
No.
Cam Taylor wide open for a touchdown.
Cam Taylor, 6 in the GCL in receiving yards. That likely might bring him up to 5th now. Unsurprised that makes the score. Lancers 0, Bombers 9, with 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in this game. Just how does that happen? Was open for at least a few seconds on that, saw him all the way down in that middle. And
that fake pitch to Britt sent the defense that way, and Taylor got lost in the secondary. And he did not have a defender within 15 yards of him.
Oh,
there was nobody near him.
To be fair, we also haven't seen much of Taylor at all this game. I'm looking at the stats live on stats.broadcast.com/LaSalle, which you can tune into for all.
That's his first
LaSalle
catch of the
Huggins.
night, isn't it?
If he's listed as one of their main wide receivers, and that is the first option that they really got for him, and it comes this late in the game.
Owen Davidson's extra point is up, and it is no good. So the score will remain 9-0. 2:47 left in this fourth quarter.
It's no good. With 2:47 remaining and 9-0.
That was a 31-yard touchdown pass from Chase Herbstreit.
And St. X able to extend their lead at a crucial point in this game. We're going to get you out to Fenwick and McNick. Fenwick with a big third down coming up here on Friday Football Live.
Discipline from this defense. They're just able to punch their way through the line and get into the backfield.
Of course. I got a couple scores around here from the tri-state area.
There
A
you
couple
go.
things here. Baden Rams against the Alter Knights. Baden's only up 13-7. So still close game there.
Even a rough season for the Alter Knights, but they still hold tough against even some of the best teams in the league.
Looking to pass is Halcombe, but it looks like it's going to be incomplete. That was intended for Jackson Kaufman. But then again, that'll be incomplete and be 4th down and 10.
It's 4-down territory. You got to think they're going to go ahead and actually they might actually be coming out with a punt. Yeah, they're going to come out to punt this one because 4:50 left. You know you're not going to come back from this one, and it's better to pin them back a little bit more. But the receiving man, A.J. Gunler, sitting back on the 45 currently.
Oh, and it's going to be blocked. Bo Tobin. Bo Tobin's going to get a touchdown here. Bo Tobin has scored a touchdown off a blocked punt.
And that's the second time the Rockets have gotten pressured on the punt. The first one was called a deflection. The second one was an official deflection. It was blocked completely, and a nice touchdown there from the defense.
Amazing job there by the special teams, especially Bo Tobin, that captain. He has been electric this whole entire season. Seeing him get a touchdown tonight on senior night probably just caps off the rest of his season, if I'm not wrong.
And we're gonna see Gabriel come in for his 5th straight extra point, hoping to continue his streak of 5 straight.
Gabriel to attempt the extra point.
Kick is up, and it's good.
And that takes us to 35-7. Fenwick just having no answer for this Rockets defense.
Yes. I mean,
We are going to get you out now to Winton Woods and West Claremont here on Friday Football Live.
I'm not the coach, but any coach team I'm involved with, I need a quarterback that can be a threat to run if need be.
Yeah. Yeah, if the other quarterback's not throwing the ball, then you might as well have the one that's a run threat, right?
Yeah, I mean, if the other quarterback's not throwing the ball, these people watching films of them notice that too.
Yep. Maybe that's a wrinkle they introduce next week against Anderson.
The Warriors' offensive line, you know, they got some issues to address. Some of these speed rushers are getting through on the speed rush.
Second and 6 here. I think we got one first down here from ending this game.
Stewart waiting for the snap. Man in motion. There's the give to Zeke. He runs around the tackler. Still on his feet, but
That's a good tackle right there.
Taken down rudely on the 36-yard line of the Wolves.
So I have a question here. Are they out of timeouts?
According to scoreboard, yep.
Okay, that's why they let clock run. They can get it, let it run and get it down to about a minute 10, a minute 15.
They maintain,
and then on
you got to do
down,
is maintain possession.
Fourth down, I'd punt the ball deep. They can run the field because there's not very much time left.
136.
Okay, there's 10 seconds left here. Oh, almost fumbled it. They're going to lose
Stewart
yards
running
there
out of
unless
tackle. Gets a block on the outside, but they got him still. Rudely thrown down on the 41-yard line now.
To his credit, he stayed in bounds.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To his credit, that was huge. Watch him go down here. See him? Well, they actually tackled him down. They should have tried to tackle him out of bounds.
I see that
Injury timeout, but they rerun the clock once he's up. Because they can run it down to almost 30, 40 seconds, right?
I'll tell you, the Warriors coming in, defending their home, knowing that, you know, this football season, you know, getting into October, but you got to know your identity by now.
Got to clean up the penalties.
Yes, they do.
Honestly, that's what made this a game was the penalties.
Yeah, that did. It left the door open.
That in the really on West Claremont's side, I'm surprised they didn't run that running back a few more times than they did. Because he had a couple nice runs second half. Well, the clock should run again, right? Once I set the ball, you're going to let it run.
Calling it 4th and 8.
Got to run the clock, right? There you go. Now you just got to hold it for a while. I would really just call a timeout up to the clock, right? Let it go all the way down and then call a timeout.
53 seconds.
Well, until he lifts his hands up, there's 10 seconds, so he's still got more time.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Warriors are going to punt this ball. Clock down to 38 seconds.
They might even just take the penalty. You know what I'm saying? 5 yards doesn't really make any difference at this point from punting it, so just let it go down. Does it call your timeout?
Timeout. 20.8 seconds left to go here.
So 20 seconds to go. That think about the big play on this drive was the personal foul.
Get you back to the end of this game in just a moment. Matt Sexton with you. Thanks to Alex Perez for holding down the fort while I was over across campus calling a little volleyball action. We're going to head back out to LaSalle where St. X has a 9-0 lead and time running short on the Lancers. They are moving the ball, though. Unfortunately, only 1:16 to go. They're going to need a score and quick as they trail by 2 scores to the
4
Bombers.
yards here tonight on those 6 targets, which actually puts him only 1 less than Max Welter at 7, but only 7 less yards with 27 to his name.
McLaughlin back to pass.
Throws it
Over
to
to Max Welter.
He
He's
gets
got
the
it
run
for
to the
first
inside.
down. He's inside the 10.
I don't know. You were saying haven't scored a point in GCL play so far.
Let's
But
see if we can put this. See if we can end this thing now and get on the board. McLaughlin looking for Welter.
No good. Just
boy,
throws
he
it
is
right over
locked
him.
up again in the secondary. Boy, a lot of hand fighting and nothing called.
Missed their fair share of pass interference calls on him, but Lancers at about 2nd and 10 right now.
59 seconds to play. They're going to need a touchdown and to recover an onside kick. McLaughlin back to pass. Fires to the inside, and there was contact there. Nothing was called. Looking for Jack Shore in the end zone, and just a little bit of elbow action by the DB kind of knocked Shore off, and we've seen St. X be very physical on the Lancers in these routes.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong with that. If that catch was successful, that would have been Shore's first touchdown of the season. I think so.
Correct. 3rd and 10. A screen to Goldschmidt, and there's Kobe Clapper comes up and hammers him down, and Isaac slow to get up. 4th down. The clock is running. 4th and goal at the 4. Lancers gotta score here to have a shot. 32 seconds and running. Pass knocked away. No flags. Max Welter wanted a flag. He won't get it. Shane Strayhorn knocked it away. And the Lancers.
Well, that looks like it's going to do it as LaSalle unable to score on 4th down, and St. X should be able to kneel this out and pick up the 9-0 victory. If anything crazy happens in the last 29 seconds, we'll let you know, but it looks like Bombers going to wrap this one up. Let's head back out to Winton Woods. Speaking of crazy, it's going to take something crazy here for West Claremont as they are down 12-7 with 5.3 seconds left. It would be an all-timer if West Claremont could find a way to get down the field, but
the penalty for
just running out of time against this vaunted Winton Woods defense, having to go 80 yards in about 5 seconds. So we'll see if they can do it. Let's head out there now.
This is no good, though. There's no point in getting sloppy with these flags.
No, give him 15 yards. I think he had just one more hank he wanted to get rid of today.
5.3 seconds left to go in this affair.
I think the refs are very sensitive to that colorful language.
We get some former truck drivers to ref these games in. Okay, so here comes the West
need the
Claremont
68
Wolves.
yards.
Rickman. Wait
Another
for the
toss.
snap.
The one thing you don't want to do here is commit
Straight
a
drop by
another
Rickman.
penalty.
Throwing this ball deep.
And that will do it. Unless there's
That'll
another
do it.
flag. No more flags.
That'll do it.
That will do it.
From Winton Woods, campus of Winton Woods High School, Forest Park, Ohio, where we have his final score of your Winton Woods Warriors 12 and the visiting West Claremont Wolves 7. Well,
So again, Winton Woods defense just tough. They're one of the best defenses in the state of Ohio. They hold West Claremont to just 7 points and get the win tonight, 12-7. A big thanks to our friends at Waycross for allowing us to take you out there. Speaking of which, let's head back to the pit where Elder hanging on to a 20-14 lead.
Now the give is to the right side, the running back to the 29-yard line. And Cobb doesn't get much on that one. So it's right there at the yardsticks.
So they're going to give it to him, but less important on this drive for sure.
So a first down, the clock continues to run with 4:48. Panthers with just that 6-point lead because of the missed extra point on the last touchdown by Ray. 3 wide receivers make that to the right side, 2 to the left side on a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They go in motion. Now looking is Carter. Down the field, he throws it. It's complete at the 45-yard line. There's that man again. Kelvin Taylor making the catch.
Just got inside leverage on Corey Selly on the outside, and all he had to do was just wait for the ball to appear in his hands. And right now, Riverdale Baptist offense with Cash Carter is just marching down the field.
4:18 and counting in the fourth quarter. 20-14, Elder with the lead. 1st and 10 at the 45. 3 wide receivers to the left. Now 1 to the right. Carter steps back at his 37. Now looks down the field, throwing. It's got Kitchens open for the touchdown. Kitchens, what a play. 40, 55 yards on that one, and Kitchens goes into the end zone. And right now they're up. It's a tie ball game. And let's see, they haven't put it. Finally did put it up on the scoreboard, but that was impressive. That pass and catch.
It's the old saying, can't keep a good man down for long. Can't keep an explosive offense down for long if you're Elder. Eventually, we mentioned the floodgates were going to open, especially with the woes Elder's had in their secondary past couple weeks. And the good thing is for Elder, you're going to get the ball back and have a chance to sustain a decently long drive and hopes to eventually score pending this extra point.
A field goal if he makes this extra point here, either way. And here comes the snap and the hold, and the kick is to the left side, and no good. No good. Extra point, no good after that 4-play, 80-yard drive. 4 minutes to go. We're tied up at 20. We'll take a timeout on the Prep Sports Radio Network.
Support the team that supports Elder.
In tribute to our first responders, military veterans, and active duty service members, and in honor and memory of all those who made the ultimate sacrifice while in the service of our country and communities, Elder High School's purple beacon of pride will forever shine from the top floor.
So it's all tied up at 20 with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We'll get you back to the pit here in a moment, as that extra point was no good to keep it a 20-20 game. Ben Miller's got a highlight for us, and we're going to check that out now, as we're going to have a touchdown run, quarterback sneak possibly. Nope, they're going to run it over. They're going to pitch it to the outside and then take it into the end zone. Or is there a fumble? Well, there was all kinds of chaos on that play. It's a 35-0 game, so obviously
both teams have
not too consequential to the outcome.
1st and 10 at midfield at the 50.
May have had a touchdown there. As we get you back to Elder, down to 2:38. Clock is running. Elder's near midfield, and we have a 1st down and 10. As Elder trying to burn the time off the clock and get down to get a winning score.
It's going to go on the Panthers.
That's going to hurt. That's going to push you back and make the job even more difficult.
And with 2:32 remaining.
And then we'll see how it goes. If Elder's not able to pick up this 1st down, or even if they are, we'll see what time they have left. You're obviously not playing for overtime here, but overtime is not the worst case scenario in this situation.
No, not at all. But you got a situation you don't want to give Riverdale Baptist too much time, because they can, anything more than a minute, they can do something with. 1st and 20 at the 40 for the Panthers. 2:15 and counting. And now the Panthers looking, E-step, rolling to his left, throwing it out of bounds. He just threw that one, did not take any chance. He had Thaman there, but it wouldn't have been a big gain anyway, and wisely threw that one, although that stops the clock with 2:10 left. And now with a 3rd down, or is it the 2nd down at 20?
And we've talked about how well Elder's been able to avoid the big penalties that set them back, and that holding call is a massive one. If that's going to stall Elder's drive, that's going to give Riverdale Baptist a chance to win this thing in regulation.
2:10 remaining on a 2nd and 20 from the 40. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. E-step looking, throwing left to Thaman. Thaman crosses the 40 to the 44, and a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and about 16, coming up with less than 2 minutes remaining.
Riverdale Baptist not
I would have called
yeah, this feels like a timeout spot right here. But
you got all 3 timeouts left, and why would you let this clock run?
Yeah, it
makes no sense to me.
And Elder's going to be able to burn this thing all the way down. Elder could decide to use a timeout. They don't want to snap this thing, but we'll see.
With 1:40, the clock continues to run, and again, not sure why on a 3rd and 18 here, why they're not calling timeout on the Riverdale Baptist sideline, but not for us to question why. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 3rd and 18 from the 38, from the 42-yard line, not the 38. They marked it wrong. They were going the other way. The scoreboard has the 38, but that's the 42.
This is
and now a flag.
Delay game, but not the worst thing in the world for Elder with the running clock. It's going to be tough to pick up this third down regardless. Keep that clock running. They milked all the seconds they can get out of it right there, as Riverdale Baptist, we mentioned, didn't call a timeout.
A minute 19 remaining. This will be 3rd and long, 3rd and 23 now at the 37. And the Panthers keep going backwards. They had the ball into around the 49-yard line of Riverdale Baptist, and they keep going backwards here with the penalties after the holding penalty, and now they called another penalty on the 3rd and 23 now at the 37. A minute 19 remaining. One wide receiver to the right and one to the left. Thaman in the backfield on a 3rd and 23. And now the give to Thaman up the middle. Thaman spins to the right, gets a block, goes outside the 40. He's to the 43-yard line, a gain of 6. It'll be 4th down coming up. And now finally Riverdale Baptist calls a timeout here with a minute and 11 to go.
And I know you might be at home scratching your head why you're not going for the first down there, but that's not a bad call at all. You make Riverdale Baptist burn a crucial timeout, roll some clock, get down to 110. They're going to have 2 timeouts to go the length of the field. We saw their questionable field goal kicking already. They're probably going to need a touchdown if they're going to win this ball game.
And you go, they've got the weapons to do that. You know, you give them about a minute. They'll probably have the ball with about a minute 4, depending.
We'll see how well Adam Ray can place this punt. If he's going to try to coffin corner this thing, it's a long way out. This will be a 60-yard punt to even get this thing close to the end zone. If he's able to land this thing close to the 20, make them go 80-ish yards to score, that'd be a big momentum boost for Elder.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Red River Gorge Cabin Rentals. Cliffview Lodge, a part of Red River Gorge Cabin Rentals, has 16 rooms. Book a single room for just a private getaway or book every room for family reunions, weddings, or corporate events. Check out the possibilities at RedRiverGorgeCabinRentals.com. So you got to watch here. You got Kitchen who can run it back. So you want to make sure you kick this one, you place it well.
They're coming.
They're coming too. The block is also a consideration. And now the kick. It's a high kick. It's going to be short, though. It's going to bounce at the 40, and at the 41-yard line, Santos will take it. Not a good kick, but now it's only 59 yards.
Oh, boy, that is...
And really, only need a field goal here.
Not at all what Elder needed, and that's just... you don't get the punt past the sticks. That's really going to hurt your chances to get a stop here. And you mentioned, we'll see what Riverdale Baptist decides, and we'll see how much their head coach trusts their kicker to nail one through if they get close.
I don't think they would. I think they're going to go for as far as they can go without having to bring the kicker on. But you got a minute to go. They've got 2 timeouts left. Panthers have all 3 of theirs left as well. So we'll see how they do it. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. This game comes down to the last minute here. 20-20 is your score. 3 wide receivers to the right. 1 to the left. Here's Carter looking. He's got time. Rolls to the right. He's going to run it. 45. And he gets across midfield to the 47 of Elder with 50 seconds and counting.
We'll see if they want to burn a timeout. They're just going to go hurry up huddle here.
I think with 51 seconds, they have to move the sticks. So, yes, they're just going to go hurry up huddle. And now the clock will run with 48 seconds. 1 wide to the right, 3 to the left. Carter gets the snap back at the 45, looking down the field in the middle. It's complete to Kitchens. He gets to the 35 of Elder with 35 seconds.
There's way too much cushion from that Elder defense right there, and just too much time. And Riverdale Baptist moving the ball at will right now.
30, and they have in this fourth quarter. 1st and 10 at the 35 with 30 seconds remaining. Looks to the sidelines. 3 wide to the left side, looking. And now setting up Carter, rolling to his right, throwing it to the sideline, and it looks like it's incomplete. It was caught, but he didn't get his feet in.
That's a big stop on 1st down right now. Riverdale Baptist still has 2 timeouts left. But again, what's the target line for a field goal here?
Well, right now it's a 52-yard attempt. It's not.
That's not going to work.
No, that is not going to work. I would say that a 20 would be 37. That's makeable, but certainly 15 would be 32, so I would say the 15-yard line at least. But it's 21 seconds left, so I think they'll look to see what they'll do here with 3 wide receivers now to the left, 1 to the right side. Empty backfield for Carter at his 40-yard line. With a 2nd down at 10 at the 35, they go in motion to the left, and now rolling, stepping, throwing is incomplete. It was intended for number 18, that's Gio Contosis, and that's the UC commit.
And this has been questionable clock management this last 2 minutes for Riverdale Baptist. If you end regulation with 2 timeouts in your pocket, that'll be gross mismanagement of the clock.
Also, I don't know why when Elder had a 3rd and 18, they didn't call timeout.
Doesn't make sense.
I mean, that's something right there that, you call a timeout there, you've got another 45 seconds on this clock right now. It's down to 16 seconds. 3rd and 10 from the 35. 16 seconds, 3 wide receivers left. 1, make that 2 now to the right. Carter steps back at his 40, looking, and he is going to be sacked back at the 43-yard line. And the Panthers get the sack, and
looks like they're going to burn a timeout.
Yeah, they burn a timeout here with down to 6 seconds remaining. Great job by the Panthers.
Realistically, and there's a flag down. We'll see what this is. And it was dangerously close to a tripping call, but it looked like it's going to go back. But it wasn't an intentional trip, but it was dangerously close. And it's going to be a hold.
Holding on Riverdale Baptist.
You're pushing back here for sure.
Yeah. You got to push them back because you don't want to end any chance. You got 6 seconds remaining.
Yeah, those extra 4 yards. Doesn't matter what the down is right now.
No, I would agree with you there. 6 seconds, and you got to keep it. They got a chance at a Hail Mary, though, and you got Kitchens who you got to be careful on this.
This is
So
about
you
as
cannot let him get behind. If this would be a situation where you wish that, unfortunately, with the injuries, that Brayton Boeing wasn't available right now because you need somebody with that kind of height to go back in case. But 6 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we saw my year, Carson Brown at 6'9".
Yeah.
Would go out there and just swat down Hail Marys. But Elder doesn't have that luxury this year. It's going to be interesting. This is about as bad as a matchup as Elder can have going against these really talented receivers.
Tonight's game brought to you by the Underground Sports Shop, providing the Prep Sports Radio Network with their great-looking shirts, jackets, pullovers, and hats. And they can make your business organization look professional as well. The Underground Sports Shop and owner Sean Mason supports the broadcast and Elder football at 513-751-1662. That's the Underground Sports Shop. 11 seconds rather, with a 4th and 17. Panthers and Riverdale Baptist tied at 20 here.
Well, then a little humor injection as LaSalle lost 9-0 to St. X. That's about as a normal GCL game as you can get. 9-0. That's quite the score.
Yeah, that is an interesting. 9-0. It sounds like you got a lot of teams in the NFL these days are kicking field goals instead of getting touchdowns.
9-0. That's crazy.
Yeah, just defense by St. X doing a good job. You got to look at it that way. On a positive note, right? So Colton Sanders is deep.
And we'll see what Elder decides to do if they're going to want to try to. They're going to put 5 more seconds back on the clock. It'll go to 11.
Yeah.
So realistically, if you're Riverdale Baptist, you have a chance to. Elder's going to keep it 4th down with the sack. That was the right move in this situation. Now that they have 11 seconds instead of 6.
So it's a 4th and 17 at the 42.
You play the sticks here. Don't let anything behind you.
Yeah, you can't. With 11 seconds. So they're looking at the line, trying to get everybody going. Kitchens off to the right side. And now we get set. And now look at another. And Elder didn't like what they saw. They call a timeout here.
Yeah, that's a savvy timeout by Coach Roden. Didn't like the look, so he called a timeout.
Red River Gorge Cabin Rentals in the beautiful Kentucky Red River Gorge have mega 12-bedroom cabins available for the big groups or families, and only a short 2-hour drive from Cincinnati. Check out all the activities and things to do at redrivergorge.com. Again, just updating the Coldwell Banker scoreboard. As you mentioned, 9-0 St. X over LaSalle today. And Moeller was beaten up on St. Ignatius. And, you look at the Coach Ramsey told me before the game, he thinks Moeller's the best team in the state.
I think they might be the best team in the Midwest. I mean, we saw St. Ed's a little earlier this year. Moeller's by far and away, to me, what I've seen, the best team in Ohio, and they are a top 25 team in the country.
Yeah. So it's a 4th and 17 at the 42. Still only 11 seconds left. Elder with 2 timeouts. Riverdale Baptist with only 1. And now, are they going to set this one back? They're going to pooch kick this one. And the Panthers are just going to let this one bounce inside the 10. And it's still, and now to the 7-yard line. 2 seconds remain. and the Panthers will just probably take a knee, and we'll go to overtime.
Well, that makes sense. If you're Riverdale Baptist, with 11 seconds left, an incomplete pass would have given Elder the ball or close to midfield. So don't hate that call at all. You really weren't going to have a chance to pick up that 4th and 17. So looks like all signs are indicating that we're going to OT for the first time this year.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if the Panthers, in overtime, if it goes that way, which it looks like it will, if we take a knee, that if they score a touchdown, they're going for 2.
100%. Yeah, and I think it could go both ways.
Yeah.
If Riverdale Baptist is going to score first.
You got to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, because I think both teams feel like, you know what, that's the best option.
Could be a situation where, like you mentioned, both teams could go for 2 for the win.
2 seconds left in this one. We still got to take the knee here, and then we'll go to overtime. And this one is going to overtime. So the knee taken. So 20-20 is your score. We go to overtime. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll go to come back with overtime on the Prep Sports Radio Network.
We are down with some overtime at Elder. It's 20-20, so we're going to be headed back to the pit for overtime in just a moment. But while we're waiting for overtime to get started, we've got some reports coming in from our reporters out in the field who have been covering games all across the tri-state tonight. Ben Miller is out at Newport for Newport Newcap, and he's got a final wrap-up on that game and other games going on in Northern Kentucky. Ben?
All right, everybody, the Battle of Newport has come to an end as Newport Central Catholic dominated the night, winning 35-7 over the Newport Wildcats as they take home the bell. Our player of the game is Caleb Cole for Newport Central Catholic, who was a big-time factor on the offense tonight with a 4-touchdown performance. And the defense really showed up tonight, not allowing the Newport offense to reach the red zone as Newport Central Catholic ends their 3-game losing streak, and Newport, after starting the season 4-0, have now lost their last 2 games. Well, that's all the time we have here at Newport High School. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next week. Reporting for Friday Football Live, this is Ben Miller.
That's come back and say end of the 4th quarter without a final in there.
And we are now headed back to the
Coach
pit.
Ramsey
Elder.
rally the troops. Does that
getting ready
every
for the
overtime
coin
period,
toss
just
for
a little
overtime.
pick me up.
Of course, remember, high school football overtime starts the 20-yard line. You've got 4 downs to make a first down or potentially score.
Elder past memory.
On the coin toss, you'll get a chance to decide whether you want to go on offense or defense first, or which end of the field you want to play at. So looks like the captain's headed out for Elder right now.
13 penalties for 161
we'll see who wins the toss here in overtime, all tied up at 20. Let's head back out, thanks to our friends at the Elder News Network.
57 seconds for Elder, and 22 minutes and 3 seconds. You look at Cobb rushing 10 carries for 98 yards on the other side. Cash Carter, 18 of 26 for 258, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Kitchens with 5 catches for 144. Panthers, Thaman, 20 carries for 52 yards. Estep, 16 of 28, 158 yards, and 2 touchdowns. An interception. Joey Thaman had 10 catches for 79 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he had a touchdown on the ground and 2 touchdowns through the air. And you look at some of the tackles. Pete Fortcamp had 12 total tackles through the first 4 quarters.
That is, I mean,
McPherson with 11.
Just speaking from experience, knowing the size and the height and the weight that I was at coming in as a freshman, I was probably 5'8", a buck 40 soaking wet. It is unfathomable to me that a freshman can play this level of football. Pete Fortcamp is just so impressive, and it's just the start for him. He's going to have a really good career, and he's going to get a lot of college looks early on.
Yes, he will. And now we'll see what they set up here in overtime. Panthers again. It's a big 20-20 is your score. Got to see what both teams will do. If you're Elder, depending if you get the ball second or first. Sometimes you like to get the ball second to see what the other team does. And if you stop them, that makes it even easier. But the Panthers will get the ball first in overtime. Again, we're going from right to left, so right in the area of the pit, right where you get your hamburgers to the end zone. So Estep on a 1st and 10 at the 20. Setting up overtime, 3 wide receivers to the right. Estep looking, he's going to run it to the left, and now he's tackled for no gain. Maybe a loss of yards, and they stepped on a flag.
Oh, boy.
Is called, and that is a little bit extra business there with the step, and that was Jakari Gatling on the penalty, and it just keeps getting worse for Riverdale Baptist continues to do things you wonder.
It's just so unnecessary. Like, why are you doing that? You get the sack in the backfield. It's a great play. Why are you pushing on the quarterback?
Yeah.
That is self-inflicted wounds that we talked about earlier in the game. We're going to catch up with this Riverdale Baptist squad. That is just such a bad football play.
That's the 14th penalty of the game for Riverdale Baptist, and that's another. That's going to bring it down to the 10.
And
so that's another 10 yards. 171 on the amount of yards.
Len, not to mention, we know the stakes. It's second down and long, and now you give them second and short. But it's just why? You take your team out of the game. That's a potential game-losing play right there.
That is unbelievable. You don't know why, but it just happens. These guys, everybody's looking to celebrate instead of just going back to the huddle. I get it. You made a great play. There's no question about that. But sometimes you got to just, second and 1 from the 11. He's got Trenton Meyer to his right. The give to Meyer to the right side. He gets right around the 10, and that should be enough for a first down.
Yep, they're gonna see where they mark this ball. They might give it right on the 10-yard line. And here we go. First and goal to go if you're Elder.
Yeah, first and goal to go for the Panthers. Now we are in overtime. 20-20 is the score after that penalty. So it's a first and goal at the 10-yard line. Panthers looking to put some points on the board here. And with two wide receivers to the right, Paff is going to be your receiver to the right side wide on a first and goal. E-step, empty backfield. Now steps up. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. He rolls to his right, throws it into the end zone, and let's see, incomplete. It was intended for Ruth, let's see, in the back of the end zone. Yeah, Jackson Ruth with an incomplete pass. That was close. E-step did a nice job rolling out, though, and getting himself some extra time.
He did, but it's another play that you wish you kind of just read the situation. That's a tough throw, no matter who you are. It's one of those plays. He had a couple yards in front of him. You're able to just pick up 1 or 2 and slide. That's all you need as a Panther. Don't really throw that ball into traffic, but live to see another day regardless.
Second down and goal. Right at the 10. Panthers in overtime here. We're tied at 20. First possession of the overtime for the Panthers. 2 wide receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Trenton Meyer now moves to the right. Thaman goes in the backfield. E-step, looking, stepping up, throwing in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! In the back of the end zone, or the front of the end zone, rather. It's Christopher Paff and a big touchdown.
Wow, and he had 2 options. He had Luke Ross streaking across the field on a little drag route, and then Chris Paff sitting in the middle of the field at 10 yards. They call that the box combo, which is a mesh concept. You get 2 guys on drags, and you have a sit over top of them. Decided to throw it to his favorite receiver in Chris Paff, and a beautiful throw by Caden E-step. Panthers score first.
Third touchdown of the game through the air for Caden E-step. And now Ray will look to add this extra point. And this is a biggie. And the kick is up, and this one is good. He doesn't miss this one. So the Panthers lead it 27-20 after their first drive. Now they're trying to stop it. That 9-yard pass to Christopher Paff. And a 5-play, 20-yard drive,
wow, and
of course.
Really just given to them by the Riverdale Baptist defense. They gave them the opportunity to score right there, and that was a just unforced error that just sets them back. And Elder took full advantage of it right there, and just how the offense got to operate. Now the defense got to do their job.
So I have to announce this because that is the 5th touchdown for Christopher Paff through the air, and our staff of stat people put Pafocinco.
Pafocinco, number 85.
Number 85.
5 touchdowns.
That is very nice. Very nice, Tiffany Seiler.
Good play
on that
on
one.
words.
That was a great play on words.
Here we go.
So it's a 1st and 10 at the 20 for Riverdale Baptist. Carter, the quarterback. They go in motion. They've got 2 wide receivers to the left. And now the give around the end. And it's going to be taken down to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. And he goes out of bounds. And that was Cobb getting the carry for Riverdale Baptist. So Panthers lead it 27-20. But here's a situation where they wound up getting it down to at least the 10.
Coach Ramsey wanted a hold call. Looked like Derek Uran was getting mauled, but didn't get one. And here we go. Goal to go once again.
First and goal at the 8-yard line for Riverdale Baptist. 27-20. Panthers on top by 7. This is the first overtime possession for Riverdale Baptist, if they don't score, the Panthers win. Now rolling to the right, throwing into the end zone, and this one is incomplete. Incomplete. They're saying he caught it, but no, that was incomplete.
Tried to sell it, but right in front of the referee, deemed it incomplete, and he was open. Now, there was a concern right there, and regardless, you got 3 downs to go if you're Elders defense.
So it's 2nd down and goal at the 8-yard line. See if they can stop him. It's a 2nd and goal from the 8.
Very reminiscent of the Indianapolis Cathedral game in the state year. Same side of the field, overtime.
In the backfield is Cobb. He's off to the left side. Cash Carter, the quarterback. They go in motion to the right. Carter looking. He's got protection. Throws it in the back of the end zone. Kitchen, touchdown. And that will be a touchdown. So now
here we go.
We'll see if the extra point. This is a big extra point, or do they decide on the road to go for 2? And they want the crowd. You know, you're looking at the situation. The players want to go for 2 here.
Coach is sticking up one finger. Looks like they're going to kick this extra point, but
and that is something that you looked at Kitchen after he caught it. He put up a 2 in his fingers, but Kitchen gets the touchdown.
This is no guarantee, Lenny. They missed an extra point early on to give Elder a chance to even be in this ball game. Here we go.
A missed extra point. We've seen this before in a Muller overtime game. This is an extra point to tie this game, and now a timeout is called. Maybe they'll think about going for 2 here. So the Crusaders call a timeout there. That was a 3-play, 20-yard drive, and Kitchen with the catch, 8-yard touchdown.
Well, really, Lenny, he goes back to the old pros and cons list. The pros, kicking hasn't been great. Your offense has moved the ball at will, 4th quarter and on. Cons, 2.5 yards is a lot harder to get than that 1 yard that they were able to pick up early. This is a tough decision.
But you're on the road, and if you're going to do it, you do it.
You do
now.
it now. Do it now.
Do it now. You walk off the field, or you wait. You'd kick the extra point and hope he makes it, right? And you go into the 2nd overtime.
Either way, make your decision with conviction. Don't second guess yourself.
No, you got to. I think the reason they called the timeout because they were second guessing themselves. So let's see what they do here if they decide to bring the offense back onto the field.
Looks like Cash Carter's out there.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for 2. A 2-point conversion gives Riverdale Baptist the win. So if they don't make it, the Panthers win. So either way. So now with a 2nd down and goal, they decide to go for 2 here on this. Instead of going for the extra point, they are going for 2. So Kitchen is in there. They've got 3 wide to the left, including him. Kitchen goes in motion to the right. Now he goes in the backfield. They're going to see about pitching it to the right. The throw in the back of the end zone is complete for the 2-point conversion and the win in the end zone for Emmanuel Dyson. And right there, that was a smart play by Riverdale Baptist to get the win here on the road over Elder. Elder played a great game, but that just, that is one of those things where, you got to coach that one and get the 2 points.
Yeah, and you're going to have to keep the student section off the field. A lot of taunting going on here. It's just, you had to see this coming.
So what a turn of events that was. Elder takes a timeout to ice the kicker for the extra point. Of course, the kicker missing an extra point is why we ended up in overtime in the first place. Riverdale Baptist decides, well, the heck with that. We're just going to go for 2 and try to win it. And they get it, and they win the game to remain undefeated at 6-0. Riverdale Baptist wins it 28-27 in overtime in our game of the night here on Friday Football Live. We've got more reports coming in from around the area. Our own Ben Burdett was out at Cooper and Scott tonight, and he's got a final wrap from that game. Let's throw it out to Ben.
That's it here from Union. Cooper polishes off another big win, 41-0 over Scott. It's the 8th straight win for Randy Borcher's men to open the season, hoping to avenge that 5A state championship loss a season ago to Bowling Green. Domination from the first kick to the final whistle. All started on the kickoff. Jaden Combs, 3 touchdowns on the ground for Keegan Mayer, 2 through the air for Cam O'Hara, both going to Isaiah Johnson. Final scores in Northern Kentucky. Highlands, big winners over Boone County tonight, 55-0. The Bluebirds blank the Rebels. 42-14, Ryle beat Campbell County. Two 6A teams colliding there. Ryle continues their great season. And Bishop Brossart was able to polish off their win over Covington Holy Cross. 35-0 was the final score there. For Friday Football Live, my name is Ben Burdett. That's the wrap-up from Northern Kentucky.
Thank you to Ben Burdett and all of our reporters out in the field tonight, bringing you high school football action from across the tri-state area. And we're getting down to the end of the regular season. Next week will be week number 9 as the state of Ohio. Obviously, the playoff picture will come into focus even more. We'll have league champions crowned, district champions crowned across the area. So you want to make sure you want to come back next Friday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time, for week number 9 of Friday Football Live here from the studios of Griffin Hall, Northern Kentucky University. In just a few minutes, we're going to be sending you out to Tri-State Football's high school football tonight as they will wrap up all the games from across the area. You'll hear from some of the coaches of the winning teams tonight. That'll be coming up once we wrap things up from here at Griffin Hall. Our executive producer, man who makes it all happen on Friday Football Live, is Wes Akers. Our director tonight was Garrett Jordan. Shout out to Alex Perez, who handled the hosting duties for 99% of this show tonight. I came swooping in at the end they pulled me out of the bullpen to close this one out, but Alex Perez did a fantastic job. Also does a great job as our news director. Colton Smith out at Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy and Roger Bacon. Thanks for updates from there. Ben Miller, we just heard from him a moment ago. Newport Newcath tonight. Emily Sisk was covering games in Southeast Indiana. Dimitri Fizich, Hamilton and Middletown, where the Big Blue gets a big win tonight. Andy Edwards bringing that energy not only on our reports, but on the broadcast tonight as McNick, a big winner at home against Fenwick. And Ben Burdett, we just heard from him. Cooper and Scott updates all night long. Phil Hoffman, Miles Sauer, Brianna Collins, giving us, keeping everything running behind the scenes here, our production assistants. And, of course, Brendan Bucher bringing us the halftime report as he does each and every week. We will be back again next Friday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time for week number 9 of the high school football season on Friday Football Live. For our entire crew, Matt Sexton saying so long. In just a few minutes, we'll be headed out to Tri-State Football Tonight's high school football tonight. And that'll be coming up in just a few minutes. You're watching Friday Football Live once again here on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next Friday night for more Friday Football Live.
left to be played if you're a Cooper fan, but doing a great job every phase of the game, actually.
Yeah, Cooper riding high in our Blitz 5 Top 25, ranked number 5th. And Greg, some other top 15 teams from the state of Kentucky. How about number 12, Ryle? They were taking on Campbell County tonight. Ryle taking care of business there, 42-14 over Campbell County. And then number 13, right behind them, Highlands. They were taking on Boone County tonight, and there is another shutout pitched. Highlands with a 55-0 win. Greg, Ryle and Highlands taking care of business tonight defensively and offensively. Both teams playing well.
Yeah, Ryle's got 2 losses. Next last week by 7. I think they're 5-2 or 5-2, maybe 6-2 now. Whatever it is, the 2 losses are by 7 points. I think the other one's to either Highlands or they beat Covcath in the opener.
Yep.
So I think it's the other one's to Highlands. So very, very good football teams and enough talent to make deep runs in the playoffs. And Cooper will have to, or Highlands will have to probably end up facing Cooper again somewhere down the line in Class 5A.
Yeah, another top 10 ranked team, Covington Catholic. They were off tonight, right? They had a bye week, so we will see them back in action next week. Again, the Covington Catholic Colonels not in action tonight. Greg, another game that me and you had our eye on and ended up being a very dominating performance. How about Newport Central Catholic, right? They were taking on Newport tonight. Newport actually came in with a better record, but the Newport Central Catholic, right, the Thoroughbreds, they came in and dominated defensively. Greg, Caleb Cole with 4 touchdowns in this game. It's good to see Newport Central Catholic get back on track tonight.
They have a tough schedule. They have to play those White Beach where they play those Class 5A and 6A teams and do a good job of it. Their thing is that they're not deep player-wise, and they have a lot of guys that go 2 ways. Caleb Cole has just been great as a linebacker. He's their leading rusher and leading tackler, big-time player for them. They need a lot of players to step up for them as we go along. But Newport's not a bad football team. Kyle Lee
at Coach Mobley.
So, yeah, I mean, they're a pretty good ball club, and I think Newcastle's going to have a string of wins to run out their season.
Absolutely, Greg. And I want to get to this next game that we saw just went into overtime, and the game went final. Our number 10th ranked team, Elder, they were having an interstate matchup against a team from Maryland, Riverdale Baptist, right? This is a Maryland team. Elder playing that game. They come out on the losing end, Greg. It was an overtime game. Riverdale Baptist beats Elder by a score of 28-27. The Elder score is brought to you by Kelsey Truck Country on Route 50 and 275 in Lawrenceburg, Greater Cincinnati's fastest growing full service dealer and the Tri-State's #1 Chevy lease dealer, all because your family believing in ours. From our family to yours, KelseyChev.com. Greg, this is a tough loss for Elder, right? It is an interstate matchup, so, it's not the end of the world, but a tough overtime loss. A lot of close losses for Elder this year, right? The St. X game came down to the wire. This game came down to the wire. Still going to be a tough out, but these tough losses are really mounting up for Elder.
Yeah, the same thing with LaSalle. They got them in week 10, so that's going to be a huge game. And, there's a lot on the line for both LaSalle and Elder as we finish up.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we might have a coach on the hotline.
Coach Mobley's with us.
Yes, head coach Mobley from Purcell Marion after a 60-20 win tonight. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
It's been a long time, Chris, since we had. You took over this Purcell Marion team late in the preseason or preseason this season, and you had some defense. You've gone through some battles, but talk about this team tonight really clicking on all cylinders. You got to be proud of the way these guys bounced back after a loss to CHCA last week.
Yeah, like you mentioned, I pretty much started working out the team late April. Lost the good players. We had 2 returning starters from last season. So every week we got a little bit better. This is the healthiest we've been all season tonight. And for each other. It was alumni night. They play for our community. And they're really excited about next week's game versus Roger Bacon. Just want to tip my hat off to Norwood. They fought.
Yeah, it's head coach Chris Mobley joining us from Purcell Marion. I apologize if anybody didn't hear that. It's head coach Chris Mobley joining us. And coach, it seems like your team has a lot of resolve, right? Started off the season tough, but then you reeled off a couple wins. You guys lose those tough games. Seems like you guys always bounce back with the win of this team, right? The record may not be perfect and may not be aesthetically pleasing, but it seems like you guys got a lot of fight in that locker room.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of fight. We love our schedule. I think they all only have one loss on the season as of tonight. I mean, we play a team like Harvest Prep from Columbus, who had just beat Division I, Pick Central the week before us. Williamsburg is a good program. Coach Ayers does a good job over there. McNick, one of the favorites to win Region 12. CHA. I mean, the teams we've lost to are great programs, and that's what consistent and become the long run. But like I said, our team is young and improving every week, and I'm proud of them. They are very resilient, and I think the schedule we play will get us ready for the Division VI playoffs.
Was this the Mayor's Cup? Is that what they call it? There used to be a name for it. I wasn't sure if that's what it was.
I believe that is it.
So Chris, you were a head coach at Hughes. You were a head coach at West Carrollton. You spent the last few years over at Dixie Heights, but now you've got this place over here, this amazing Staubach Stadium. Talk about how fun it is, and you're going to be part of ownership of the really the beginnings of football in that stadium.
And I just want to start out by saying, we get tremendous support from administration. Our principal, our athletic directors are amazing. The teachers here are amazing. The custodial staff is amazing. Everyone's on the same page here. The energy's good, and the kids feed off of that. And I'm just blessed to be in this situation where I can lead this program. And again, I think the future is extremely bright for us.
Yeah, and Coach, before I let you go, we got head coach Chris Mobley from Purcell Marion. They got a 60-20 win over Norwood tonight. Coach, talk to me about some of your big players, right? Talk to me about some of your stars, right?
Big games tonight.
Yeah, big games tonight. A lot of offense being played. Talk to me about some of your big guns tonight and just some players who have been shining throughout the season.
He's a first-year football player. His father was a really good football player, played in the NFL 8 seasons, was in his first-round draft pick at Ohio State, and Vinny joined the team late in the summer. Coming to his own. I think he had 2 interceptions tonight, a couple touchdowns. He's playing good. Sonny Ward is playing good ball. Justin Thomas and Tyron Jackson, 2 running backs, had good games. Esquire Hurd playing really good on defense. So we have a good group of guys that are starting to really rally and get better at the same time.
That is head coach Chris Mobley from Purcell Marion. Coach, congratulations on a big win, back to 500. We always love talking Purcell Marion football. We thank you so much for joining us, and I'm sure we'll catch up soon, all right? We appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thanks for reaching out. Have a good one.
Thanks, Coach. Right. And, Greg, there it is. Purcell Marion, right, they were the feel-good story last year, right? They won a lot of games. Staubach Stadium, right? The atmosphere is good. Coach mentioned it. It's good to see them playing well. Good to see them get back to 500. And this is how you lay the groundwork, right, for a new staff, new coaches. There's still a lot to like about Purcell Marion football.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what happened over there and with the mass defection, guys like Jayon Saunders, who was a Division I or a Division V defensive player of the year for us and in Southwest District, and now he's over at Anderson, and Egbert's over at Anderson, and the running back who committed to Central Michigan's at Withrow. There's another kid over at Withrow. So he's had to regroup on this stuff. And Vinny he was a freshman when I was a senior in high school, played for Cape. Wow. And we beat Cape in basketball that year. And,
big shout out to old school basketball.
It was a district championship game. So that's after my Springfield Catholic, I Fighting Irish, and playing those Cape Crusaders back then, and Vinny was a freshman on that team, and he ended up playing for the Packers and Ohio State for a lot of years. He was a good player.
Yeah, absolutely, and it seems like his son is following in his father's footsteps, right? Genes matter, Greg, right? Yes. Genes matter. Awesome talking to head coach Chris Mobley from Purcell Marion. We're going to take a quick break, right? We still got a full hour with you guys talking all things high school football in the tri-state area. We got more head coaches to talk to as well. This is the High School Football Tonight Show, powered by TriStateFootball.com on Cincinnati's ESPN 1530, Fox Sports 1360.
Homeowners, the Fed has taken action, lowering rates for the first time in years, and Loan Pronto has followed suit by lowering mortgage rates big time. Hey, it's Eddie. Loan Pronto just locked in a homeowner at 4.59% APR, the lowest in 2 years. Whether you got your loan last month or last year, it's time to call Loan Pronto and dump that high-rate loan. You can lock in at lower rates with virtually no paperwork and usually no appraisal. There is no limit on how many times you can refi, and even if you're in process with another lender, give Loan Pronto a call. If you act now, you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Purchase loans available as well. Get your rate quote in minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. Call now, 513-800-1550, or loanpronto.com. Or call 513-800-1550. Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, MLSconsumeraccess.org.
This year, nearly 1 million pit bulls will be euthanized in U.S. shelters. These amazing dogs too often grapple with unfounded prejudices that overshadow their true nature. But there's hope, and you can make a difference. When you adopt or support an at-risk pit bull, you're not just saving a life, you're giving a loving soul a chance at happiness. Help us get these incredible dogs from the kennel to the couch. Follow us at kenneltocouch.org.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
This is Edward James Olmos. Did you know that today 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic? That means many of the future doctors, engineers, and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education. Learn more at hsf.net. Brought to you by the Hispanic Scholarship Fund and the Ad Council.
The time for holiday hosting is upon us, so make your second bathroom second to none with HomeDepot.com's best saving. Okay. Right now, enjoy up to 40% off select online bath. Find the latest on-trend styles of vanities, faucets, showers, tubs, toilets, and more. All at prices that will let your budget relax right along with you and your beautifully renovated bath. Get up to 40% off select online bath plus free delivery at the Home Depot. Subject to availability, see HomeDepot.com/delivery for details.
If you or a loved one has sleep apnea, you can help advance research that may lead to a cure. MyApnea.org is an online community where providers, researchers, families, and patients can share and learn from each other. Fill out the online survey and wake up to a better future at MyApnea.org, a public service from the American Sleep Apnea Association.
Get ready for Genesis Diamond's largest ever sale on luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Hey, this is David Cooper, Vice President at Genesis Diamonds. If you've ever dreamed of wearing a Rolex, you can't miss this special 2-day event, October 18th and 19th. During this event, you can take advantage of special pricing and 0% interest financing on a stunning selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. We've got dozens and dozens of Pepsi, Batman, Sprites, Submariners, Daytonas, models you can't find anywhere else. All of our luxury pre-owned Rolexes are in pristine like-new condition, some just out of the box. And listen, with the purchase of any luxury pre-owned Rolex at this event, Genesis will give you a pair of 2-carat lab-grown diamond stud earrings free. That's a $3,000 value. Also, our pre-owned Rolex buyers will be on site offering top dollar for your Rolex. Come see the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches in the state and take advantage of special financing October 18th and 19th only, and only at Genesis Diamonds on Montgomery Road.
Kids, they're just different than us. Finally, their cancer treatment will be too.
He's not answering. I left him a voicemail though.
From the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, help us transform treatment and care for kids and support all our work at LLS.org.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't?
Is there anybody else you want me to try? Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you. No, he didn't. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to term.
Okay, here we go.
Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the High School Football Tonight Show. Brought to you by AE Door and Window Company. They sell the vest and service the rest. Penn Station East Coast Subs. Penn Station, it's all in good taste. Thomas More University. Accelerate your career with a business degree from Thomas More University. And by Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 and 275 in Lawrenceburg. Greater Cincinnati's fastest growing full service dealer. And the Tri-State's #1 Chevy lease dealer. All because of of your family believing in ours. From our family to yours. KelseyChev.com. This is High School Football Tonight.
All right, past 10 o'clock. We are nowhere near tired. Greg Shoemaker, Stephon Ovey, TriStateFootball.com, hanging out with Elena Moore and Keegan Wood from Friday Football Live from NKU. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us every single week. Kenzie Bartone behind the glass. We
got Coach on.
Appreciate you guys. ESPN 1530, Fox Sports 1360. And we are coming back. Looks like we have another head coach on the hotline.
Matt King.
I think we have Matt King from Valley View joining us now after a big win tonight. Head coach Matt King from Valley View, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on that big win tonight.
Thanks, fellas. Yeah, it was huge. It's a great win for us.
Man, Matt, you guys, you win the last two Division 5, Region 20 championships, and then you move up to Division 4, Region 16. You lose a lot of players. You start off 1-2, and now you guys are running. Your mojo's rolling. Talk about this team and how they've gotten things switched around, because it's got to be really pleasing for you as a head coach.
Yeah, they've talked about since April about improve, and it can sound corny or cheesy, but it's true. There's, I counted the other night, we were starting 7 guys on defense that didn't start the previous year, and starting some sophomores and things like that. So, they just keep working. I can't say enough about them. They keep working hard, and we keep challenging them, and we want it to be better, and we're pushing them, and I'm sure that's frustrating to them because they are working hard. They're working hard, and so it's slowly getting better. We're finding where our strengths are, where our weaknesses are, how to make those better, and they just keep fighting. And as far as tonight, I mean, Edgewood is a lot better than the record. That team fought hard, and that would have been a really tough spot. And so, I mean, and how he's got them playing, and no one probably realized that they're playing really well. They've had injuries and all kinds of stuff. But, no, my guys played really, really hard, and I'm super proud of it.
Yeah, Coach, as we near the end of the season, and as you mentioned, right, playing a close game against Edgewood, and sometimes it is good, to win those close games and play those close games, so your, team can improve, situational football, things like that, right? Winning is great, when you're winning 50-0 and things like that, but these wins mean a little bit more because you're, get to work on some situational football and get better at the end of the year.
Absolutely, and the situations, and more than that is more beneficial, and for our team is that they did it. They didn't think they could maybe do it, and they did it. And that's huge for their confidence and knowing that they were in that. And, like you said, being close to the end of the season, at this point, man, it doesn't matter if it's pretty or ugly. If you got more points, so, I mean, that's really all you can say. And the film's going to be tough to watch. But it really, a win's a win, and we're super excited about it.
Man, it looks like you're on mode. Next week you got Brookville, who's got a similar record to you guys, and they're playing very well as well. And then, of course, Waynesville, and we all know what that game was like last year. All right, we're already in playoff mode, I guess. And I want you to talk a little bit about not only being in playoff mode, but that last week, having to face a guy like Garrett Lundy. I know a lot of people don't know who he is, but, I mean, that kid's about as good as any kid at any level, for his level in the state.
Yeah. They should know who he is because he's a really good player. Yes, I'm very aware of Garrett Lundy. He's a great player. If he gets the ball in his hands, you just never know what's going to happen. And so, he's the type of player that, I spent a good portion of my off season thinking about that game. I mean, that's just how it is, and how, what a ways, to help slow him down, because, I mean, I don't know how many times in his career he's had, 4, 5, 6 touchdowns. I mean, you're probably thinking, well, I'm just saying that. No, he's had games where he's had 6 touchdowns. I mean, he's a really good player. Brookville and Waynesville, our first goal is to win a league title, and so those are the last 2, and we got to take care of business.
Yeah, Coach, and before we let you go, we had head coach Matt King from Valley View. They got a big win tonight against Edgewood, 24-20. They now move to 6-2 on the year. And, Coach, before I let you go, I want to talk about that Swabble Conference, right? You mentioned the teams you guys play. There's a lot of good football teams in here, right? Bellbrook's a good football team. Ross runs the football well. You guys just played Edgewood. Talk to me about this conference, because week in and week out, regardless of record, it's time to, buckle your chin straps and play some good football.
Yeah, it's great for us. I mean, it's great for us. And, it makes our schedule more difficult. And, it's physical football. It's well-coached football. The coaches in the SWBL do a great job. And, you have to be prepared week in and week out. And if you're not, someone's gonna take advantage of it. And so it's great for us to prepare. Great for our kids to prepare and learn a new game plan each week and make sure that they're on their A game, because if you're not, you'll lose. And it could be bad. So no, our conference is great for us. And, there's been different, they added Ross and Edgewood. And so that was big and good for them. And so conference is great for us. It prepares us well for the postseason, and, we love it.
All right, Matt, one last question for you. And we appreciate you joining us on High School Football tonight. Last week we had Coach Ross on Coach Cummins from Ross, and he pronounces the league. I've always said it was the Swabble. He called it the Swibble. What is the correct pronunciation?
I've always just used SWBL, but I'm a transplant. I've been in Germantown this is year 10 for me, so I'd have to.
Oh, that's what it is.
Keep it simple. Hey, Coach, that's head coach Matt King from Valley View. Coach, we want to thank you so much for joining us. We love talking Valley View football. We love talking SWBL football, right? We'll call it that. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck moving forward, and I'm sure we'll catch up soon near the playoffs, all right?
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. And Greg, look.
Yeah, bye.
This Valley View. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate you joining us. And Greg, this Valley View team, right? They're used to playing late November, early December football, right? They won state championships.
This guy's a good young head coach, man. He's one of the best out there.
There's a lot to like about this Valley View program.
13-2 back-to-back years, and what's he now? 6-2.
Yep.
32-6 in his head coaching career. Man. He can do it, man. Because this team lost a ton. Caden Henson, the quarterback, who was a first-team All-Tri-State player last year and Division V Player of the Year. You lose that kid, and you are still eking out wins. That's grit, man. That's how to coach.
Yeah, and Greg, with all this, conference realignment happening, right? D2 to D1, D5 to D4, and it's happening all over the tri-state area. Programs like these, right, and coaches, like Matt King, these are the teams that are meant. If you make that transition, right, good defense, good coaching, disciplined football, these are the teams that make the jump, and they're successful when they make
and the next one's doing the same thing. They went from 4 to 3, and look at them. They're having a great year. They're in our top 25 in the Blitz 5, top 25. So, I've been really happy from that. I like the guy a lot, and, it's a great program. Germantown, Valley View and Germantown, they're a championship city. They come out, they support, they're getting things done over at the school. It's just fun to watch those guys.
Yeah, Valley View won their 5th straight game, now 6-2 on the season. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We still have a lot to get to. We got game balls coming up at the end of the show. We're going to try to reach some more head coaches on the hotline, and we're going to get right back to that Underground Sports Shop scoreboard as well. Again, we are just getting started on the High School Football Tonight show, powered by TriStateFootball.com on Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and Fox Sports 1360.
Mela Services has been your one-stop shop for window and carpet cleaning for over 15 years. We've built a reputation for excellence with thorough, responsive, and dependable service. Mela's proud of our 4.9 out of 5-star Google ranking because it means we've delivered excellent service to our customers over and over again. So let us put our award-winning team of cleaning experts to work for you. Check us out at melaservices.com/football.
When you shop Goodwill, you don't just bring home a vintage dress or cat lamp. You bring home so much good to your community because everything you buy funds local job training and more. Goodwill, bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
WLWT Blitz 5 is putting the fun back in football.
Blitz 5 Nation, how we doing tonight?
With Charlie, Olivia, and the whole Blitz 5 team.
We're everywhere tonight. It's going to be exciting for everybody.
Tailgates, traditions, touchdowns, and more.
They heard about our cool
And it's all live only on Channel 5. Where else would you rather be? WLWT Blitz 5 with Charlie Clifford and Olivia Ray. We've got a great night for high school football tonight at 11.
So, 4-way with onions?
Wouldn't it be weird if I ordered something from Gold Star other than chili?
Not really.
Okay. Who should I try after that? Look at me! I'm at Gold Star eating a bacon cheeseburger. It's so juicy and delicious. So weird, right? Welcome to Gold Star.
Hi, we'd like a bacon cheeseburger.
Garlic parm fries.
Garlic parm fries.
Follow your own recipe to Gold Star. Burgers available at grill locations only.
The fighting spirit of the Marine Corps is born of battles won. Battles won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's a promise made to you for more than 2 centuries. A promise of the Marines.
Mela Services has been your one-stop shop for window and carpet cleaning for over 15 years. We've built a reputation for excellence with thorough, responsive, and dependable service. Mela's proud of our 4.9 out of 5-star Google ranking because it means we've delivered excellent service to our customers over and over again. So
Nope, he didn't answer.
Cleaning experts to work for you. Check us out at melaservices.com/football.
For over 20 years, the Underground Sports Shop has been the local favorite for sports teams, fans, and businesses who are looking for quality products with prices they can afford. From uniforms and sports gear to fan apparel and promotional items, we take pride in providing you with the customized products you need and the service you deserve. To place an order, visit us online at theundergroundsportsshop.com or call us at 513-751-1662. That's the Underground Sports Shop, showcasing pride on and off the field.
Get ready for Genesis Diamond's largest ever sale on luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Hey, this is David Cooper, Vice President at Genesis Diamonds. If you've ever dreamed of wearing a Rolex, you can't miss this special 2-day event, October 18th and 19th. During this event, you can take advantage of special pricing and 0% interest financing on a stunning selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. We've got dozens and dozens of Pepsi,
Is there anybody else you want me to try?
Daytonas, models you can't find anywhere else. All of our luxury pre-owned Rolexes are in pristine like new condition, some just out of the box. And listen, with the purchase of any luxury pre-owned Rolex at this event, Genesis will give you a pair of 2-carat lab-grown diamond stud earrings free. That's a $3,000 value. Also, our pre-owned Rolex buyers will be on site offering top dollar for your Rolex. Come see the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches in the state and take advantage of special financing October 18th and 19th only, and only at Genesis Diamonds on Montgomery Road.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill.
Stand by.
For well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling.
No, I tried to call the one coach. He didn't answer. Do you want me to try somebody else? Okay.
High school football tonight, powered by TriStateFootball.com. Cincinnati's ESPN 1530, Fox Sports 1360. Safon Ulvi, Greg Shoemaker, the TriStateFootball.com team here. Elena Moore, Keegan Wood from Friday Football Live and NKU hanging out with us as well with the live stream. Kenzie Bartone producing behind the glass. We appreciate everyone hanging out with us. High school football tonight is brought to you in part by AE Door and Window Company. They sell the best and service the rest. Thomas More University. Accelerate your career with a business degree from Thomas More University. And Penn Station East Coast Subs. Penn Station, It is all in good taste. Greg, a Penn Station sub sounds good right now, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. There's never a bad time.
Never a bad time to go get some Penn Station. All right, Greg, as we go back to the Underground Sports Shop scoreboard, right, we still got well over half hour here talking all things high school football in Southwest Ohio, Eastern Indiana, and Northern Kentucky. I want to get to a couple of games that were taking place yesterday, right? We had a handful of games that were taking place on Thursday, and we obviously have final scores, and we will get to them. How about starting with the ranked matchup, number 23rd, ranked Wyoming, right? Those Cowboys are always doing their thing, Greg, year in and year out. They were taking on Marymount, and Wyoming winning that game by a score of 41-6. Real quick, Greg, talk to me about this Wyoming team. They're well on defense, as they always do, under head coach Hancock, and they seem like they're playoff ready here in a few weeks.
I mean, 8-0, their only loss is who'd they lose to in the first week of the year? Or no, they lost. No, they haven't lost to anybody. I felt like they lost in week 1, but no. Beat Ross 28-14, then they beat Monroe. That's a pair, a Division III team, a Division II team they have a win over, and they've just been rolling ever since. Yeah, you're right. The defense has been good. Gave up 26 at Taylor, and other than that, that's been their closest game. I mean, that was a 9-point game, and I just like where they're at. Joel Hancock's running the ball really well. They look like a team that's built for the playoffs. Hancock tonight had 21 carries, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns. They just do it so many different ways. And defensively, you're right. They're fantastic. And Jess Howard's having a great year, a 4-year starter for them defensively on the defensive line, and is an offensive juggernaut blocking for Hancock as well.
Absolutely. Wyoming doing what they usually do, playing good
they
football.
play Indian Hill next week now. Indian Hill's starting quarterback is out. Now, Devlin Daniel, the running back, I mean, he pretty much can take over a game. So the Hancock-Devlin Daniel matchup next week is going to be one we'll talk about. So stay tuned to Safwan and I on our Tri-State Football Week 9 preview show, and we'll tell you all about it because that's going to be a fun matchup.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And then we had a trio of Northern Kentucky games that were blowouts yesterday, right? Holmes was taking on Grant County. Grant County winning that game 47-0, a shutout. Lloyd was taking on Pendleton County. Lloyd winning that game 50-20. And then finally, Ludlow, they were taking on Trimble County, and Ludlow pitching a shutout there 54-0. And then that last game that was played yesterday, Northwest, they were taking on Ponitz, yet again, another shutout. Northwest winning that game by a score of 36-0. Greg, now I want to jump into some of the bottom half of that Blitz 5 top 25, right?
Sure.
Hanging around between 15 and 25. We have a lot of games going final. Starting with that Harrison game, they were taking on Talawanda tonight. Last time we saw it was 56-7. Harrison was winning that game, so obviously we are going to assume they did win that game. Harrison playing some good football. And another team, number 25, right at the end of that Blitz 5 top 25, Mount Healthy. Right, we love their star players. We know they play some good football. Head coach Jordan Stevens and the crew, they played Belmont today, and would you look at it? Another shutout, right? 42-0. Mount Healthy wins that game, and Harrison and Mount Healthy, Greg, both playing some good football in Week 8.
Yeah, I think the final of the Harrison game was 56-15 is when it finished.
Yep.
Yeah, look, Harrison, they've scored 49 more now or more 5 times in the last 6 weeks, so they're rocking and rolling, and did it against Mount Healthy. So I like this team. Again, a Division II team that's sitting there sort of like LaSalle.
Yep.
You think they got some stuff, some mojo going on, and they could be hanging around there. And you want to avoid Anderson as long as you can in this tournament, because the colder it gets, the better off you might be against them if they have to throw the ball. It's a night that has any moisture in the air.
Absolutely. And some other teams sandwiched between Mount Healthy and Harrison. We had number 19th ranked Baden. They were taking on Alter. That's always a good matchup, right? Baden versus Alter. That's a very fun game. That was at Bellbrook High School tonight. Baden with a 13-10 win, and Baden going back to the old ways of their winning style, right? Playing good defense, Greg. A 3-point win. This looked like, the Baden of old when we saw them making deep runs in the playoffs.
And look, I mean, Nick Yorty does it year in and year out, and they take pride on it. He's proud of his defensive coordinator and what these guys do. There's an expectation there at Baden to play great defense, and they do week in and week out, year in and year out. I mean, it's one of the most consistent things we have that we can look forward to. We know Anderson's offense is going to be big-time scoring points and a lot of yards. We know that Baden's defense is going to not give up a lot of points, and that's what they do, and they do it every year. Hats off to them. And, they will be playing McNick in week 10, and that could be for the GCL Co-Ed Championship one more week, because you never know. That's one of those leagues like the GCL South. Any given Friday could be an upset.
Yeah, and speaking of McNick, Greg, they're number 24 in our Blitz 5 Top 25. They were taking on Bishop Fenwick tonight, and another great game by McNick, right? They making that transfer 35-7. Defense playing well in that game, and then one more game in the GMC, number 20th ranked Mason, shutting out Coleraine by a score of 31-0. Greg, talking about McNick and Mason, both of these teams, right? Hard-nosed, gritty, good defensive football, both get big wins tonight.
A couple of running backs had big nights tonight. Caleb Nauman for McNick had 3 rushing touchdowns, and then Tini Adesanya career game. Another running back going over 100 yards tonight from Mason. And Mason started to turn that corner a little bit, starting to look like they did last year. It took them a while to get that thing going, but, they can grind it out, and that's a good thing. Them West Claremont, very similar in styles. Take time off the clock, make it fewer possessions. Fairmont did it tonight against Springboro up in the G-Walk as well. Took that, ran that clock took the gas off the pedal and ran the clock down. So, I really like what they do a lot, Mason. I'm just happy for Coach Kastner that this thing has turned around for him.
Absolutely. Coach Kastner's team, they are going to get better as the season goes on. Greg, let's jump to some interstate football, right? Eastern Indiana, right? Mm-hmm. Since we are talking Blitz 5 Top 25 Underground Sports Shop scoreboard. Number 18, East Central, right? They were taking on Greensburg tonight, and Greg, the theme of tonight does continue. Another shutout being pitched, East Central winning that game 49-0, and then some other games going around Eastern Indiana. Lawrenceburg, they were taking on Connorsville, and you know it, 51-0. Lawrenceburg gets a big win there. And Greg, we were following a game. I don't know if we have the final score. It was Batesville versus Franklin County, right? A lot of people thought Batesville was going to win that game. But we did see Franklin County was winning that game 24-14. I don't know if we have a final score, but regardless, it's a really great outing tonight by Franklin County. Again, we're going to look for that final score, but a very close game for Batesville.
And Batesville's one of those teams that I thought they were going to be more dominant this year with all the returnees they had. Pullman at running back, Geisel at quarterback. I mean, both are, I think they both are record holders for passing and rushing, all kinds of records for the school, but they just haven't clicked like I thought they would yet. I mean, they lost to Lawrenceburg. I thought they were going to beat Lawrenceburg. Lawrenceburg's rolling. They lost that opener to East Central, and they're back in their winning ways like they normally do. I think it's 5 times in the last 7 years that they've won 11 games in a row after losing the opener to East Central.
East Central, lather, rinse, and repeat, right? Tough loss against East Central, and then straight. Yeah, that's what they do. Absolutely. All right, we are going to take a quick break. We have so much more to get to, right? We're going to aim for some more head coaches on the hotline, talk some more NKY football as well, and we'll run through a lot of our big games happening this week. And Greg and I have some big things to talk about as some big matchups loom next week as well. We are having fun on the High School Football Tonight show, powered by TriStateFootball.com on Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and Fox Sports 1360.
For over 20 years, the Underground Sports Shop has been the local favorite for sports teams, fans, and businesses who are looking for quality products with prices they can afford. From uniforms and sports gear to fan apparel and promotional items, we take pride in providing you with the customized products you need and the service you deserve. To place an order, visit us online at theundergroundsportsshop.com or call us at 513-751-1662. That's the Underground Sports Shop, showcasing pride on and off the field.
Neither of those coaches answered, and I've called them multiple times.
Skip the line and order online at penn-station.com. Get your favorite sub with fresh cut fries and fresh squeezed lemonade. Visit penn-station.com.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer. I'm a barber.
A waitress. A mom. We're all part of your community. Every out of each other's busy lives. It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life. It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty, something or someone's behavior that
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not. It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern. We trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Week 9 of the Blitz, a trip to West Claremont to check in on one of this season's biggest surprises. The Wolves continue an impressive run through ECC play. One of the best rushing attacks in all the tri-state belongs to this team. 11 o'clock, the studio highlights you need as the playoffs sit just 2 Friday nights away. Charlie Clifford, Olivia Ray, we'll see you tonight.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024, Bank of America, N.A.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can easily find coverage options that fit your budget. If only it was that easy to name your baby.
Am I trying anybody else this segment?
Michael? Went to middle school with a glue eating Michael.
Sebastian.
Dated one in college.
How about Damien?
Vampire name.
All right, Greg?
Not feeling it.
Okay, no worries. Jeffrey?
Oh, I love that one.
Wait, really?
No.
Find coverage options that fit your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law, not available in all states.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Get ready for Genesis Diamond's largest ever sale on luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Hey, this is David Cooper, Vice President at Genesis Diamonds. If you've ever dreamed of wearing a Rolex, you can't miss this special 2-day event, October 18th and 19th. During this event, you can take advantage of special pricing and 0% interest financing on a stunning selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. We've got dozens and dozens of Pepsi, Batman, Sprites, Submariners, Daytonas, models you can't find anywhere else. All of our luxury pre-owned Rolexes are in pristine like-new condition, some just out of the box. And listen, with the purchase of any luxury pre-owned Rolex at this event, Genesis will give you a pair of 2-carat lab-grown diamond stud earrings free. That's a $3,000 value. Also, our pre-owned Rolex buyers will be on site offering top dollar for your Rolex. Come see the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches in the state and take advantage of special financing October 18th and 19th only, and only at Genesis Diamonds on Montgomery Road.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Stand by.
Instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
All right, that's us. Welcome back in. High School Football Tonight Show, powered by TriStateFootball.com, Cincinnati's ESPN 1530, Fox Sports 1360. Stephon Elvey and Greg Shoemaker, the TriStateFootball.com team here. We want to give a big thank you and shout out to our sponsors here at TriStateFootball.com, proud supporters of high school football. We want to thank them so much. Without them, none of this would be possible. Gold Star Chili, follow your own recipe. Mellow Window and Carpet Cleaning, the best in residential cleaning services. The Underground Sports Shop, showcasing pride on and off the field. And finally, the U.S. Marines. The few, the proud, the Marines. And for those of you who were listening to us, we did get a final score on that Franklin County-Batesville game. Franklin County with a 31-17 win over Batesville. A big win right there for Franklin County. We'll talk about more of that here in just a few minutes. But Greg, I want to go right back to that Underground Sports Shop scoreboard, Greg, talking some small school action all around the tri-state football, right? Different conferences, MVC, right? I want to just reel off some scores, and you can let me know if you have anything to chime in on that. We had Lebanon taking on Turpin in an ECC matchup. Lebanon with a 48-28 win there. Loveland was taking on Little Miami. Loveland blanks Little Miami 42-3. Loveland playing some good football and a feel-good game, right? Batavia versus New Richmond, right? Batavia is one of our really fun teams we have this year. We've been loving following them. They're winning a lot of games, and they did it again tonight with a shutout over New Richmond by a score of 38-0. We had Ross taking on Franklin in the swabble, right? Whatever you want to call it. SWBL, right? We're going to do this all day, right? And Ross comes up on the shorthand of that stick, Franklin, winning 21-0 there. We know Edgewood lost to Valley View 24-20. Wilmington was taking on Goshen, and another shutout was pitched there. Wilmington with a 41-0 win. And then Clinton Massey, right? We know the triple option wing T offense that they run up there. They won again, beating Western Brown by a score of 42-0. Williamsburg, they were taking on East Clinton tonight. Williamsburg with a 47-0 blanking of East Clinton there. Taylor was taking on Madeira, and I believe this game was kind of right down the road from here at iHeart. We could hear, the band going off, and unfortunately for Madeira, it was not a good night for them. Taylor beating them by a score of 36-12. Deer Park was taking on Reading. This was actually one of the very close games we had on the evening. Deer Park coming up just short against Reading. 21-16. Reading wins that game.
Let's stop there with those two.
Absolutely.
That Reading game, Deer Park playing Reading that close, Division 6 versus
21-16.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's good for Tucker Berger and his guys after last week's loss to Wyoming to come back and show hard like that. Yeah, you don't win it, but you played a good team tough. The other game, Taylor, another one of those teams like Harrison. I think they're in D4 this year, Taylor, and watch it. Keep an eye on them. They're playing good ball. David Dransman's got them going good. They've got a pair of juniors, McFarland, the wide receiver, who's a Division I prospect, and Mikey Branch, who's also a Division I prospect. They got some talent, man, and they're going to be good for a couple of years. So keep an eye on Taylor. I think they're getting better as this year goes on, and we're just sort of watching their progression.
Yeah, that's another big win right there, beating Madeira 36-12. And Greg, I want to reel off a score that I am not having a typo here. Taft was taking on West High tonight, and I'm seeing the final score was 76-0. Right, we have a shutout, which we, again, have had all night long. But Taft putting up 76 points, Greg. We know Taft has had a kind of up and down season, right? We did expect a little bit more from them, but we still like the talent that they have. Seems like they were taking out some aggression on West High tonight with that 76-0 begrudging of West High tonight. Really excellent game right there. And again, some other games going around. We had Blanchester taking on Bethel Tate. The last time we saw that, I don't know if we have a final. I believe Blanchester was winning that game 15-14, so a very close game there. And then some other scores around the tri-state area, jumping back in to the Blitz 5 top 25, right? The number 1 ranked Moeller Crusaders, right? Got to talk about them. GCL South champions for the 3rd consecutive year. They were taking on St. Ignatius, a really big power up there in Northern Ohio. They won that game by a score of 44-0. A very impressive outing from Moeller, especially on the defensive end, playing a really solid St. Ives team and beating them by 44 points. And in the game we heard right here on these airwaves, number 6th ranked St. Xavier taking on number 11th ranked LaSalle, the king of the road game, as they call it. St. Xavier Bombers pitching a shutout against the Lancers by a score of 9-0. And then rounding out the GCL South interstate matchup, the Elder Panthers coming in number 10 in our Blitz 5 top 25. They were taking on Riverdale Baptist, right? That's a Maryland school, right? Riverdale Baptist, a Maryland school. 28-27. Elder comes up on the short end of that game. It was an overtime game. Looks like Elder was going to go for 2 points after they scored, and they did not convert. So Elder on the short end of that stick. And then moving into the GMC, a team that a lot of us like right now, number 9th ranked Hamilton. They were taking on number 21. They were Middletown, and Hamilton coming out with a 42-7 win there. And the Hamilton and Elder scores are brought to you by Kelsey Truck Country on Route 50 and 275 and Lawrenceburg, Greater Cincinnati's fastest growing full service dealer and the Tri-State's number 1 Chevy lease dealer, all because your family believing in ours. KelseyChev.com. And again, those Baden scores, right? Baden beat Ulster by a score of 13-10 tonight. Baden playing some good football. Their scores are brought to you by AE Door and Window Company. They sell the best and service the rest. Our big thanks to Bill and Adam Weber for their continued support of high school football throughout these years. And Greg, a lot of high school football going on tonight, right? Southwest Ohio, Eastern Indiana, Northern Kentucky. And one thing we're seeing a lot, Greg, as I mentioned multiple times, a lot of shutouts tonight, right?
Yeah,
from big schools, right, to small schools. Is it really common to see this late in the season as teams are figuring out their identity, right? Wanting to run the ball, wanting to pass the ball. The weather doesn't seem like it was a factor. It was a beautiful day in, Southwest Ohio, all over the tri-state area. A lot of shutouts and a lot of teams not playing well on offense.
So, yeah, and so, we talked about the blowouts tonight. There were a lot of those, but you talked about the 90-0 St. Xavier win over LaSalle, a defensive struggle, and two good teams. Right?
Yep.
And then, we didn't talk about this game tonight, but the CMAC Blue Division, CCPA knocks off Schroeder, the top two teams in that division of that league, 6-0. See, and Schroeder's been playing really well. They have some very good wins, and CCPA had one really strange loss. They had a loss to Meadowdale that was sort of strange. Now Meadowdale's a bigger school, but they lost 26-20. To a team that, like, whoa, what happened there? And they lost to Woodmore last week. But two teams that are small schools, but played offense very well, yep. and seen low-scoring affairs and shutouts.
Absolutely, and there's some other games that went final in Northern Kentucky. And, Greg, this might have been the barn burner of the night, right? High offense, close game. Connor, right? In Northern Kentucky, they were taking on Dixie Heights. This game was a not high-scoring game in the first half, but then in the second half, they really got things going offensively. Connor winning that game by a score of 35-31. Greg, Connor having a really good season this year, right? They have a couple losses to some really good teams, but the Connor Cougars playing well. And then Bishop Brossart, they were taking on Holy Cross, and Bishop Brossart dominating that game, winning that score 35-0, right? So those Northern Kentucky scores, a lot of dominating happening in Northern Kentucky, right? And going back to the GMC now, back to Southwest Ohio. Lakotas, they are reigning high in the GMC, Greg. The top two teams in the GMC, they reside in Lakota. Second-ranked Lakota West, they were taking on Oak Hills tonight. West dominates that game 52-7. Fourth straight week, Greg. Lakota West scoring over 50 points, and they are ranked number 1 in the GMC.
They're getting it done. We talked about it earlier. Everybody's contributing on offense, on defense. This is Sam Wiles, man. He just wins, and he just does everything to put that team in a great position. And it's hard to catch up when he does what he does. And just one of those kids that will come out and his career be, he was a good. Oh my God, he was a pretty doggone good football player.
Absolutely. And then on the other side, Lakota East, right, 8th ranked. They were taking on Sycamore tonight. We were watching it right here on the TV next to us. Dominating performance, right, running clock, 56-12. Lakota East beats Sycamore. And Greg, Coach John Kitna's team, right, they're getting better week in and week out, playing their best ball at the right time. Because the matchup is looming, right? The matchup of Lakotas is looming, and they will do it, being first and second in the GMC.
Indian Hill and Wyoming, and Lakota West, Lakota East, and
Anderson Winton
Woods. It couldn't be a better week 9 than that. I mean, oh my goodness, we've all been waiting for this. I mean, circle the calendars before the year even started on those.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fun matchups. Greg and I are going to get into some of those right after this, and then we're going to do our favorite segment of the day, Greg, Game Balls, right? We are.
Nick Ayers is on.
Oh, actually, Nick Ayers on that. We actually have a head coach on the hotline. We're going to switch things up. We have head coach Nick Ayers from Williamsburg joining us. They got a big win tonight. Coach, thank you so much for joining us on this late Friday night. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. We're just now heading out. You guys having me on.
Hey, Nick, congratulations, man. You guys had a lot of seniors leave you guys, and you bounced back. Your son left. He was an all-state performer. Your quarterback's gone, and JJ, and you guys are now 7-1, and you're going to play Bethel Tate for sole possession of the conference championship next week.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, we want that game. We wish we would have been able to beat them last year, but they coached better. I didn't get it done. I'm really excited that Bethel got a win tonight, and we can play next Friday.
Yeah, Coach, I want to talk to you about your defense tonight. They did pitch a shutout. Seems like you guys are playing well on both sides of the ball, but talk to me about that defense and some of the things that they were doing well tonight.
The rotates about 10, 11 guys, and our kids are fast and they love to hit, and we just, if I could say anything, they run to the ball really well.
And your offense is starting to put some points on the board. And, we talked about all the guys you lost there, but your quarterback seems to be settling in quite well. He had another big night tonight in this win. Talk a little bit about Michael Corcoran and his development and his bright future.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's really kind of mustered up some colleges at the NAI and D3, and he's proved that he can be ankle late in the game, and we kind of didn't use it. We saw tonight that he can rush a little bit, and he can still put his body's big. He can put more weight on, so he's a kid that's not even done growing, and he's, when he gets in a college setting where your football is your life, I'm excited to see how he grows. Have done a good job utilizing him and the weapons he has around him. So it's sky's the limit for those guys.
We got head coach Nick Ayers from Williamsburg joining us. They got a big win tonight over East Clinton by a score of 47-0. Coach, I want to talk about the character and resolve of your team. Right, they had a tough loss early in the season to New Richmond, and we all know that's a very good team over there. And then you guys have since been rolling offensively and defensively. All right, talk to me about that week 2 loss, but more specifically, kind of what you've seen from your team after that on this winning streak.
So I think the kids, once we played Purcell, you kind of have that, and you get a win. When you think, wow, we've really arrived, Williamsburg, a GCL or whatever, so then, and then you kind of, it's going to be easy from here on out, and you kind of relax, and it's the coach's job to bring you back to reality. Good job of that first week, so we started out really slow against New Richmond and put the ball on the carpet a little bit, and our kids will resist that game, and from the second half of that game till now, our kids have thought we were in every game. I mean, there's no quit in them. Up 40, down 40, tied at 40. It's gonna. They've been amazing. I mean, it's been a great time coaching them, and people said, we graduated all our good players. Well, we're 7-1, so obviously that's not true.
Nick, I want to tell somebody you went to Glen Estee, you coached over at West Claremont. You've been out on that east side all your life. I was out at Batavia this week doing our Gold Star Team of the Week presentation to Batavia and Coach Stacy out there and his team. And he was talking about the area, and they're building 1,000 new houses out in Batavia. He thinks that school is going to be a Division II school. And then you guys are getting a new Purina plant out there. For you, as somebody that sort of lived out there in that little sleepy hollow, Cincinnati, how far does this place grow and the future prospects of what Williamsburg football could become?
Yeah, I mean, the growth that and the Purina brings from my point of view is it's not even, you can't even put bring incredible that want to move near in or around Williamsburg. It's going to bring a economic benefit to our area, and I believe that our facilities and our schools, second to none. And look at the school academics handled, the administration, the stuff, alignment. When we took this job, 3 years ago, I truly believe Williamsburg is the only place in Claremont County you can win a state title.
Wow.
It's the perfect size, and the community, the administration, and the athletics was all together.
That's
to put us in a situation to win a regional final where the state champion comes out of our region every year because they're from the MAC conference.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the
final, So it's my fault if we don't do it right.
No, it's not. But you know what? There's a lot of pressure to put on yourself, Nick. And we tonight on High School Football Tonight. Thank you for the late call and going down the road. And I'm sure we'll talk to you when the playoffs start.
Coach. And Greg, look, they've won 6 games in a row. They're playing their best football of the season, right? They just had a shutout against East Clinton. The SBAC, that's a good football conference, right? They got Clinton Massey up in there. They got Williamsburg. This is going to be a tough outcome playoff time. And like you said, he thinks you can win a state championship up there, and it really seems like he believes it, right? He's firm in his statements.
What's going on in between Batavia and Williamsburg and all the way out to Mount Orab and West Claremont to Batavia, then to Williamsburg? I mean, it's growing big time, and it's going to be fun to watch because those schools are going to be the ones. Because we look at guys like Nick Ayers, we look at guys like Jeff Essig, who want to be around there, and Ben Mormon, who's doing what he's doing at West Claremont, and Wayne Stacy's not going anywhere at Batavia after this showing. I mean, he's going to be king after this. So it's exciting to see. It really is.
Yeah, these are programs building. They're going to continue to get better, and they're going to continue to be well coached. A lot of fun happening in Claremont County. All right, Greg, we got a few minutes left. That means it's time to hand out some game balls, right? Some top performers around the tri-state area. First? No, we're all the way.
We're all the way.
We are all the way through, right? We are handing out game balls. We are all the way through.
Get this bad boy.
Gotta be out at 55.
Nice.
Yep. All right, Greg.
Let's do it.
Hand out some game balls. Let me know who you got.
Well, I'll start with Carson Lindholm tonight. 4 first-half rushing touchdowns, 139 yards as Kings blanks. Milford, 45 zip.
Absolutely. Then how about Grayson Goldsmith?
Oh, yeah.
All right, 4 touchdowns, 2 of them for 50-plus yards. Hamilton, the Big Blue, winning 42-7. This team playing some excellent football.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give a shout-out to Jeff Cargile and the CCPA team for knocking off Schroeder tonight. That's a very big win, 6-0 win for those guys. And this is a very good CCPA team. We talk about small school football. Keep an eye on the Lions. We're going to talk about them here coming up in the next few weeks for sure.
Absolutely. Any more game balls, Greg, to hand out before we talk a little bit about next week?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about next week.
Absolutely. We have some big showdowns coming next week.
5 o'clock start next week on High School Football Tonight. And we'll go a 6 o'clock start for St. Xavier football. And we'll be on. We're going to go along. Dan and I will go along. And I'll see you in probably a couple of weeks after that.
It's going to be playoff time coming up short. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we got that Anderson versus Winton Woods game coming up. We got the Lakota East versus Lakota West.
30 seconds.
Greg, just real quick last words before we get out of here.
Yeah, Wyoming and Indian Hill next week as well. And stay tuned to us on tristatefootball.com for all our podcasts. Stephon and I will do the preview show on Wednesday, so you can check us out on tristatefootball.com there. We'll talk about all those great games. And Jacob Burkmeyer and Daniel Coons, they'll do the wrap-up show on Monday night from this past week.
And right after this, right head to Blitz 5, the WLWT, Charlie Clifford and Olivia Ray. They're going to have all the highlights as well. So right after this, tune in to WLWT Channel 5. That is going to do it for us. We are out of here. We will talk to you guys next week. Thank you for everyone who has been a part of this. Elena Moore, Keegan Wood. For Stephon Elvey, Greg Shoemaker, we will talk to you next week on the High School Football Tonight Show, powered by TriStateFootball.com. on Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and Fox Sports 1360.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate